What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to Straight Henny Media. It's your girl Henny, and I don't know what that was. Oh, I know what it is. I got the doggone. I forgot that I had the channel up in the other window, and I'm hearing myself like, "What is that?" Anyway, today we're here for a very special conversation with Henny. Now, as you all know, over the weekend there was a situation that happened on Sunday with Andre Blueface's brother, and I'm saying that for those people who don't know, who will come across this video later. And from there, things spiraled out. We had situations that were rumbling behind the scenes that spilled out into the internet streets. And then fuel began to be added to the fire, especially once Karlissa entered into the chat. It just made things elevate even more. Stronger heads have been able to prevail, and both Letrice and Karletta have agreed to come and have a sit down on Conversations with Henny to discuss what happened and hash things out. Will stronger heads prevail? Let's find out. Or have they already? So I'd like to welcome up to the stage both Letrice and Karletta. Good afternoon, ladies.
What's
Good,
up? What's up,
good
chat?
afternoon. Good afternoon, chat.
Y'all close.
And Henny.
So, as I have explained, two of you have agreed to come and have a sit down. And I'm going to basically, this is not going to be like the normal conversation with Henny. There are no pre-written questions. This is all being done live and direct in front of everyone. And I feel like this is something that needs to be had. So, ladies, the both of you had a situation. And I would like for y'all to discuss that. And let's just really talk about it.
Okay.
Well, okay. First, let me just say this. First, Henny, I thank you for having integrity with it, because even with the situation, the beginning of the situation, um, you you had integrity, and you behind the scenes encouraged me to just be like, reach out to Karletta, like, I think you guys should really sit down, you guys should really talk. This is something, you really tried to just help me to see what Karletta was saying, and then just even bringing us together to have this conversation, not in attack mode, like some other,
And we're
panels
not gonna do
did.
that.
Yeah,
We're not
not in
gonna do
attack
that.
mode, but just with integrity. So I appreciate that.
And let me just say this. I do have, a rapport with the both of y'all. I have a relationship with the both of y'all outside of the internet. So for me, yes, I was trying to talk to you. I was trying to talk to Karletta, but I've quickly learned you gotta let dog let dog do what she do, and then wait till there's a moment where you kind of pew pew kind of come in there and just and then come back out, because you got to play double dutch like.
Because both of us are
See, don't do that.
headstrong.
Now tell them why you got to do that. Tell them why, because at the end of the day, when I feel I'm the type of person I feel like I try to do right by everybody. I try to consider everybody's feelings in every situation before I open my mouth. I have a rule that I wait 5 seconds before I respond. After them 5 seconds,
It's
everything that I said, I meant. I stand on it, because like I don't really respond unless I feel like, okay, wait a minute. I don't like to feel like somebody is like, don't try me, try Jesus.
And
And,
see, I think the
and,
thing is, all
But
of
I
us
got a
have
lot of
had,
growing to do.
I
and
think all of us have had an experience with the internet where we know that things can get twisted, turned, especially when it comes out. We've had it done as content creators, and you've had it done as a person who has been content. Um, so we all know how this goes. So I think all of us have a heightened sense of, you're not about to play with me. Like, I think we all have that. I think we could all agree that those guards are here when it comes, or way up here when it comes down to certain situations. But I
right.
think when it comes down to this situation, the optics of everything, let's start there. The optics of everything was, Letrice and Karletta, y'all were on live together. So a lot of us were like, okay, these two are cool. They have a friendship. You know, there was conversations had behind the scenes and all of that. So we already on the outside perceived there was already a relationship there. So now when we fast forward to this situation and this happened, and again, I'm an outsider looking in on this situation between the two of y'all. I'm looking and I'm hearing what the both of y'all are saying, and I'm just like, okay, I see this and I see this, but I think this meeting of the minds needs to happen because I think there's something being missed, lost in translation. So everyone knows the story. We know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. We know, there was a reach out. There was a response that was made, and it kind of took Karletta back. So can we talk about that part of the conversation, and then let's move it from there?
Mm-hmm. Karletta, you want to start first, or
No, you
what?
you go ahead. You go
Okay,
ahead.
okay. So, and I want to piggyback off what Karletta said. Karletta is, like she said, she'll wait 5 minutes before she responds. I'm the opposite. I go 0 to 1 million real quick. I wish I had a little bit more of that wait 5 minutes. And her and I even talked about that today. But when I think that also comes from when you're on the internet and you are attacked a lot, I'm always in defense mode because you just never know where people are coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when Karletta reached out, Karletta um, sent me the live. And when I said, this was where it initially went wrong. Karletta sent me the live and I said, oh, I've been new. I think I said I knew since Friday. I said, because I talk to Katie every day. Her and I pray together.
Mhm.
When I said that, I never even took into account that Karletta saw that as me and her, we're building a friendship. Why did I not even come to her and say, give her even the what's the word I'm looking for? To say, well, damn, Treese, you couldn't tell me? Why didn't, like it was like me saying, Coletta felt that that was me pushing in her face, like, you ain't telling me nothing new, I already knew. Whereas I'm just saying, well, Coletta, I already knew this. But we'll get into the story of why, and because Carletta and I discussed this as to why I said that to Carletta.
Mhm.
So she's right. When she respond, so as I stated before, I sent her. I was trying to send it to May, and I sent it to Treese because I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? You and Treese was cool, not cool, and I didn't. I don't like to bring other content creators to other people's stuff. None of that. So I was sending it to Maine, but me trying to hurry up and share the live because Henny was like, share the live, share the live. I sent it to Treese. So when Treese responded, I took that personal because I'm thinking this is my thought pattern. You and I talk offline. You and I talk about stuff that don't have nothing to do with this circus shit. You send me messages and prayers, but then you do send me circus shit too. But you
Mhm.
didn't have you didn't have the decorum to tell me that my nephew was in jail. And you could have just told me he was in jail without telling me that. So I took offense to it, and I felt hurt. So yeah, I spoke my mind straight up. And instead of Tree stopping to explain it, she came back because she felt attacked. But at the end
Mhm.
Yeah.
of the day, like it was a misunderstanding, but
Mm-hmm.
it could have been prevented
Right.
because I feel like, and I told you this offline, Treese, you
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have to tell me that you and Katie, the whole paragraph that you text about, you talk to Katie every day and you already knew, you didn't even have to say that. You could have just disregarded the fact that you wasn't gonna like the live or watch the live. You could have disregarded that. You know what I'm saying? But instead, because you were in an emotional state of mind, because
Mm-hmm.
you responded the way that you did,
Yeah.
and you didn't think about how it was going to come across, and it came across in a way that made me feel like, well, damn.
Yep.
And can we stay right there for a minute? Because I think this is the thing that needs to be really discussed right here. Emotions were very much high. So now you have Karletta who's hearing this news about Andre, right? and
Yeah.
she's already in a heightened state of
My
emotion.
blood nephew, my
Right,
blood nephew.
Right.
This is not my internet nephew. This is not my
right,
play nephew.
Right.
This is
right.
my blood nephew.
Right. And then you have Letrice, who's had this rapport with Katie, who's now hearing this and who's in an emotional state as well. You hear both of them are, it was a missay, or however you want to word
Mm-hmm.
it, but it was like, okay, well, I knew since Friday. Maybe it wasn't meant to come off as harsh, like, oh well, I've known since Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me sounds like how it was taken by Karletta, like you were just disregarding the fact that this her nephew. Like I don't want to speak for you, but that's how it's looking on the
And that's
outside,
how
right?
I felt. That's how
And
Mm-hmm.
exactly
and
how I
so
felt.
and so you have Treese who's sitting here not meaning it that way, but that's how it came out. That's what I'm hearing come from you, correct, Treese?
Right. Right. And
So
I'll
now when
explain
you
why. I've already explained to. She'll know why I said it like that.
and see the thing is, again, emotions here, tensions here. She just heard the news because I called her. I
Mm-hmm.
called her and I'm like, hey Karletta, I don't know if you know this or not, but Andre was arrested. And the next thing out my mouth is, I'm not going to run the story. And I want you to know that he was arrested.
And the next thing out of my mouth was, I'm gonna
I'm
call
going to
you
call
right
you
back.
right back.
Because I then did what? Called Katie.
Called, she called Kate. She called and messaged Katie. And she also had spoke to me. And how do I know that? Because she came back and told me. And the crazy thing is, Karletta did absolutely, before I could even tell her anything. I was still waiting for the information to come all the way in. I only knew about the firearm thing, but she was like, "What got him? What made them come and pick him up?" And the first thing she said was, "It had to be some DV stuff with Katie."
Mm-hmm.
She called that out, and then when it came in, that's exactly what it was. So now we all are getting a bigger scope into what's going on behind the scenes. Because now
Right.
everybody is asking, where's Dre been? What's been going on? All of that. And when I read the charges of what it was, I was then charged by Karletta with the responsibility of running. She said, run
Mm-hmm.
it. I'd rather you run it because you're going to run it right.
Mm-hmm.
Those
And not
charges
twist
had
it
to
up and
be
spin it up like, oh,
exactly.
he did this and he beat the child and all this other stuff, all of that stuff. That's why I asked Henny to run it.
So now we spinning the block on all of that because all of this is what's taking place behind scenes. Now y'all are hearing the pieces of it coming out in conversation, but now everyone is in a smoother place where we can explain everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, and in between time, all of this is going on with you and her, and now I go and run the content. And when I find out what's going on, what did I do? I hit Treese up. I'm like,
Yep.
Treese,
Yep.
is everything good with us? Like, I
Yep.
want you to know that, I didn't like step on your toes. I wasn't trying
Yep.
to do, because that's when you take this part of it and put it into the equation, it gets sticky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you start developing friendships and relationships and connections outside of this, it makes it even more sticky. So when the situation started elevating between the both of you, I'm like, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't want to see the two of y'all going back and forth, but I understand what's going on. It's emotions, it's defenses, it's all of this
Mm-hmm.
going on, and it's just going. And then it's other things adding fuel to it because it just started getting out of control.
And let me add to that. And
Mhm.
and Treese made another comment that I didn't even tell you about until today, before her and I talked, which was the comment about everything ain't to be for the internet or something. She said, I gotta go back and look.
Yeah, I
But
said
I didn't even
everything
tell
had
you about,
content for
if
me.
I was being messy, I would have told you that night because I read that
Mm-hmm.
night.
See,
But and I explained that to Karletta too. That's something I always say. That wasn't a dig at Karletta. Anybody who knows me, that's something I've said since I got on this internet. Everything and content for me.
But
And I
Treese,
told that
I
to her.
I learned I was Sunday old when I learned that I don't know you.
Yes, because
she
I
said I was
said that
Sunday old.
numerous times, and I even told her, I said, if you check my Facebook, I said the Facebook, if you check my page, I said you don't see any post about Dre and any charges or Jonathan with any charges. So when I say things like everything in content for me, that's what I mean. I don't post a lot of things that most content creators post. And I've said that since I started my page. So
And
that
I
wasn't a
am a
dig at
person that
you.
runs that. I am a
Right.
person that runs that stuff, and I look into things.
Yeah.
I have a whole squad that actually will go. They start pulling, and that's how we ended up running into what was going on with Andre. And
Right.
like I shared on Instagram, I didn't know until Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when I found out, that's when Karletta found out immediately. I didn't make a post. I didn't say nothing because at the end of the day, this is real life. This is also the son that didn't sign up to be a celebrity. It's
Mm-hmm.
different when you're talking about you call him Jonathan, but we call him Blue. It's different when you're talking about Blue. Blue signed up to be a celebrity, which means that bloggers on whatever level are going to talk about what's going on with him. They're going to put that information out because that's what he signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to this, I will say I did feel like, well, dang, Trish, you could have, and I said this to you. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you could have just told her that I know your nephew was arrested, or not even said that you knew anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you say you didn't know anything, that opens a whole nother can of worms if it ever gets disclosed later
Right.
on that you did know. So
Yep.
in that part, I did say that to you because I did feel like, as an outsider looking in, not knowing what y'all relationship was behind the scenes or anything, just seeing that every day y'all were live multiple times together and all of that, I just felt like, okay, well, yeah, I do understand where that part comes from. Now, the other side of things, this is where you guys started piecing things together and realizing what was going on. So do y'all have anything y'all
Yeah.
want to add to that before we get into how the puzzle started coming together for y'all, where it was able to be a resolve? Because a
Well,
lot was revealed behind the scenes.
Well,
right.
before we can get to that, we got to go to how we got where,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a
unresolved
lot.
issues.
Yeah.
Because I said what I said and I was done with it. But Treese
No.
took what I said
No,
as I
first,
was
Carletta,
victim
hold on,
shaming.
ball head. You done skipped the whole part. We got to
Oh
go back
Lord.
now. We got to go back, ball head. Now don't go see.
Wait, I didn't skip the part where
You
you tried to tell the
see that
world
you
that I
told
was
me to put
victim
my
shaming.
emotions in my pocketbook and you done skipped the whole part.
Okay, go ahead, Treese.
We
Child.
now first, okay, so once I said that, she said she waited 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes she went 0 to 1 million. Okay. So when she went
The
zero
five
to
minutes was a
right,
countdown tree. She was
we went
counting
up
down
start,
five, four,
we
three, two,
went in
one.
a big
And
we
I
was
was
in a
not
big argument.
typing the whole 5 minutes. I was waiting 5 minutes because
Before you typed.
let me tell you what I was doing in that 5 minutes. I was like, am I tripping?
Right. That told
No,
me I
I
was
ain't
wearing
fucking tripping.
some treats you don't wear a helmet, all kind of stuff. Okay, so we
Wait,
going
what?
at it. We going at it
And
in
did,
the comments.
cause she don't.
We going at it in the thing. So what I told her, and I told her this today. I wholeheartedly believe this is where we're going to get to the part where when she said to me, "You need to pick a side," I didn't know what she was meaning, but now I do, because there was a part in the conversation where I said, "Well, Karletta, I honestly thought that you knew." I said, now, at first I thought she was asking me to tell them their private information. And
Uh,
she said, no, you could at least told me that my nephew was in jail and I would have been okay with that. And what did I say? In which she was already blinded with rage, so she didn't read that part, or she probably had unblocked me. I said, well, I thought that you already knew. I said, honestly, I hadn't been on the internet. I hadn't seen you. I said, but Katie told me that Karlissa knew, Faith knew, and the grandma knew. So I knew
But
Karletta
wait,
didn't.
stop right there.
No,
Stop
hold on,
right there.
Karletta. Hold
Wait,
on.
wait, Treese.
Wait,
Wait,
no, no,
wait.
no. We can't get to
Wait,
the other part yet. We got to
wait,
tell the
Karletta.
I'm finna
confusion
ask.
before we
No,
get to the
I'm
resolve.
just about to ask a question.
Okay.
When you said Carlissa knew, Faith knew, and the grandma knew, what was my response?
You said you don't, and let me, I was going to get to that. You said I don't talk to Faith or Karlissa, which I knew. But once she said the grandma, I thought that was a safe space because I know you talk to your mom. Your mom is your best friend. So, okay, once she said the grandma, Karletta knows. That was my thought process. And I said that to Karletta.
So now hold on one second, Treese,
She
because
said that to me today.
No, go
you
back to the
wait,
messages.
wait,
Go
wait, wait,
ahead.
wait, wait, wait,
I
wait, wait,
said,
wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's stay right there for a second. Before we move forward, let's stay right there. When Katie told you that you had no reason to believe that anything that she was telling you was not untrue because you've had a rapport with her for
yes,
over a year now.
close to a year, almost a year.
So y'all have
Yep.
been talking behind the scenes. She's been
Mm-hmm.
sharing things with you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now you feeling like y'all have this bond and y'all have this relationship and connection,
Yes,
and you trying to stand 10 toes down with her. You're not trying to make her content, but you're not trying to tell her business neither. Is that correct? Is that the mindset you were
that's
in?
the mindset that I was in.
So now when you get to this point with Karletta, you trying to hold your loyalty to Katie because of this relationship you've built behind the scenes, correct?
That's correct.
So now
And
what I
that's when
think everybody wants to understand is, where was the disconnect with Karletta coming in at in that moment? Was it just your loyalty to Katie, or what was the divide where you
well, when Karletta Karletta tried to explain to me
uh-huh,
that's not truthful.
uh-huh.
Just my mother didn't know, and I'm believing what Katie said, that the grandmother knew. Now here is where things fell apart, and that I had to own my side taking. When I spoke to two different members of their family, that Karletta doesn't even talk to this person, and they both said the same thing to me.
Okay, so now put a pin in that, because now I'm gonna go on Carletta's side, because now I'm sitting on
Mm-hmm.
Carletta's side. Karletta
Mm-hmm.
is looking at this like, girl, I be on the live with you every day.
Yep.
I talk to you behind the scenes, and this lady, this girl over here, you don't know all of what we already know. Like, because now you're
Mm-hmm.
learning from what Katie's telling you, and Karletta is knowing from being actually there. So now Carletta's enraged, especially after she hears that her nephew is incarcerated because of some DV stuff that has happened, that this ain't the first, second, or third time that this happened. And she's feeling like, you my homegirl. So now this is
Mm-hmm.
where the divide is coming in, because
Yes.
according to what
But
you
no,
were
not
told,
no,
wait,
no,
listen,
Henny.
listen, listen. Because according to what she was told, your mom knew, and everybody know you and your mom is thick as thieves. So at that moment, she's believing your mom knows. So if your mom know, your mom had to have called you. So she's thinking it's already handled on that side. But you looking at it like, girl, even if it wasn't handled, even if it did come through the grapevine and we did know, you did not tell me.
Tell me.
That wasn't where my disconnect came from.
Uh-oh.
My
Okay.
dis-
So tell us where
my
your disconnect
disconnect
came.
came from is when she thought, because I asked her, why didn't you tell me he was in jail?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, where did you pick up the part that you had to tell Katie's business to tell me that my nephew was in jail? That's where my rage came from, because
Mm-hmm.
I had to go back and reread my message. And I'm like, I know she don't wear a fucking helmet. And when did I ever ask why was he in jail? So then when she's typing these paragraphs, I'm like it gotta be your conscience at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to reason with you, and you kept typing. And I'm just like, now it's up, because now fuck all that. Here we
Was
go.
that your
I'm gonna
5 minutes?
actually right with you.
Was
That
that
was
your
when the
five?
5 minutes ended, because like I'm trying to rationalize, because I'm like, damn, I talk to Trees all the time. And then I had to go back, like, I'm second guessing myself, like, did I ask her their business? And then when I realized I never asked you anything about their business, where where you just pulled that off of a tree? Where did you get that from?
Yeah, and we
So now
talked about
I'm just
that
like, she
today.
got to wear a helmet.
Mm-hmm. That's when we talked about that today. And you know I don't wear no damn helmet, so don't play with me. We talked about that today. And I told her at that point, I was already
In your feelings.
in my feelings. I was already in my feelings. And like I'm like I felt like at this point, okay, I'm gonna protect Katie. That was my mindset.
And Carletta is saying, I'm going to protect Dre.
Right.
No, no, I'm not.
No?
No, I'm saying,
Well, not
like,
in that sense. not in that sense, but
No, listen. Let me clear this up. If Dre put his hands on her,
mhm,
then Dre is where he's supposed to be. Because at the end of the day, you know she can't beat you. You a man. You know she can't beat you.
right.
So you should have walked away. And if you have not arrived at a place where you can control your anger enough to walk away, you shouldn't have been there. Then I'm also upset at Dre because I just asked him with the whole stabbing situation, what are you doing there? Because did you forget all of the stuff that she did to you and all of the stuff that she's accused you of and all of the dark places when you was embarrassing yourself on internet talking about you was in a bathroom sleeping? Did you forget our conversations, how she took?
Oh, you froze up, Let. Okay, she froze up, but I am going to say this. One of her major points that she was trying to make when it came down to Dre was the fact that Dre was not even there. He was in Atlanta. So he had completely left. And so now Karletta is like, what are you doing there? Like you already knew this situation. And I'm not trying to, speak for her side of things. Um, I'm just filling in some gaps
No,
there.
we talked about that today.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
I don't really want to put no words in y'all mouths. And
Right.
when I said protect Dre, I meant she's on the side of like
Hmm.
my nephew should not have even been there. Like she's
Hmm.
in that mode. She wanted to know how the hell did you get from Atlanta to California and go back into this situation. I'm gonna let you finish, call that. I was just trying to fill in the gaps while you were gone.
Yeah, my phone, people know I'm on this live because I seen them watching and you calling me. I'm like, that's weird. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, I was upset with Dre because like, well, how did you allow her to manipulate you into coming back? So he got to take accountability for his role in it. So I was I didn't need Treese to tell me their story because I already fucking know their story. I lived their story. I was
Mm-hmm.
involved in their story.
Mm-hmm.
I've counseled him. I've counseled her. My sister Faith has counseled him. She's counseled her. Our family has been involved in this story. So we were all trying to figure out why he was there. So yeah, that's where my emotions came in at. And then I got Treese, like I talk to Katie every day and I pray with Katie every day. And I'm just like, I didn't ask you that. I just asked you why you didn't tell me he was in jail. So that's
Hmm.
where my emotions got involved
Hmm.
because I felt betrayed.
Yeah.
And so now when y'all started putting the pieces together, talk about that because I think that's where some things were revealed, and you know this is where bigger pictures began to get drawn.
So I'll start. I made a post that said, I am I weeded my garden, cut out the fake flowers, and got rid of the snakes. I didn't
Girl.
put no names behind it at all. I didn't attach no names. And y'all know when I'm trying to be attackive, when I'm trying to be attackive, if that's a word,
Attractive. We
attackive.
gonna make it a word.
We're gonna make it a
Attractive.
word today. It's the
Just
same as
like gooder
gooder.
is a word
It's
now.
just like gooder, goddamn it. Gooder and attackive. When I be in attack mode, y'all know I don't have no problem atting the people. And Sharice was not the only person to act. So then my next post said, one thing about a snake, they gonna shed their skin and a hit dog gonna holler. Because at that moment, I had started getting inboxes of Treese and Jazz's lives. People recording the live and sending it to me.
We not
And
gonna
I'm
mention
just
other
like,
people. Whoa, whoa. We not gonna mention other
we're not
people
gonna
who
mention
not
the
here.
people. We're not
Mm-mm.
gonna mention the people because I might need them people to send me something later on. I don't snitch. Snitches get stitches, or they don't get information. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. But anyway, so yeah, that's where it started from. So then later that day, after I was like, well, shit, people were speculating about who it is. So since she already let them know that it's her, fuck it, I'm gonna go live. And then
Mm.
that's when I went live and I laid it all out.
And we
And then of
talked about
course Treese went live. And then after Treese's live, because Treese, you made a comment, I'm like, is Treese a tech? Am I
no,
getting? Because at that
no,
point in time, I was the only one that had put anything out on this, and you like, I'm not looking for a viral moment. I'm not like these other bloggers, and I'm like, whoa, 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 what did I
no.
do?
I'm just saying in general because you know, Henny, you and I talked, and I said you did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You covered it like you were supposed to. I even said that on my live yesterday. Henny did nothing wrong. She did what she was supposed to do. You covered it like you always do. You did. You covered it with integrity. And the
But
reason,
Trees,
and Karletta and I talked about this too. People on this internet are messy. The reason I went live is because I also got post
Mm-hmm.
and but I was told my name was called. I also got screenshots and I was told my name was called in the live. So
Yeah.
therefore that's why I went live. Now, I told Karletta this morning or this afternoon. God told me not to go live. I didn't listen. God told me do not go live and I did not listen. I
but
was
I
in my
told you that.
flesh.
I also told you that you have a big enough platform
Mhm.
that when you let them know that it was some beef between me and you, or that you felt a certain type of way,
Mhm.
then they came over there looking for shit,
Mm.
Yep.
and they assumed that I was directly talking about you because my stories stay up for 24 hours. I don't take shit down. And I did not go live until after. Wait, this YouTube, I can actually go in the inbox and tell you what when I went live. Hold on. I can tell you what made me go live because I'm gonna go right to my person's page and see what time they sent me the stuff. Hold on.
But
And see, I'm gonna say this: in the midst of all of this stuff that we already hearing emotions, we hearing, things being said, and defenses are up, and we already hear the confusion going on behind the scenes right now. We
Mhm.
understand the situation, we hear it, and then when other people from the outside start getting involved, it starts making it go and go and go and go and go. And let me just say this: I agreed to do this because this needs to be showed, because this is what is supposed to happen when you have a misunderstanding with somebody. This is a teachable moment. This is not just content. Yes, it's
Mhm.
content, but it's not just content. This is a teachable moment. Hello, this is a trending topic in the sector, and this is where real life is meeting this trending topic. So I hope
Mhm.
y'all are starting to understand what I use my platforms for, and it ain't just to be messy, okay? But go ahead, Karletta.
At 10:44, I had not went live. I got an inbox. It was like, dang, what's going on with you and Treese? Because I see the subliminals and I'm like, what? How did this person know it was Treese? Because I didn't put Treese's name on shit. And my response was the little face where you be like, hmm. That's all I said. Didn't say nothing. At 5:21, that same person came back to my inbox and gave me the rundown. At 5:30, I got the video from a whole different person of they live. I went live after that.
Now see now see before that I had already got an email. I mean a video or a message saying Karletta went live today and called you a bee and a snake.
You know what? I'm gonna say
I
this.
did call
Y'all
bitches and snakes.
messy
Oh,
as
wait, no,
hell.
no, no, no. I did call
Not you
bitches and
two,
snakes.
not you two. I'm talking about the
But they
bone
not lying though.
carriers.
They not lying though. I called bitches and snakes, but I never said her fucking name. So there had to be somebody that you told we was beefing. I never said your
No
name.
ma'am, no ma'am, because I was busy at
They
work
should have
all
sent
day.
you the motherfucking video. They should have sent you the
Yep,
video. Cause my
I was
followers
busy at
sent me
work
the video.
all day because I didn't
They should
even
have
know
sent
because
you the video
your
because
bald
my
head
followers
behind
sent me the video.
But y'all hear what
your
y'all
bald head
saying right
behind had
now?
unblocked me.
Y'all hear what y'all saying
I
right
blocked
now?
you that night. I blocked you Sunday. You was blocked when you woke
Exactly,
up
your
Monday.
bald head
You was
behind.
blocked before you was able to send the last message
Girl,
because you
just
was
leave me
blocked and I
alone,
didn't get it.
girl.
Leave
Hold
me
on,
alone.
hold on, hold on. But do y'all hear what y'all are saying?
Yeah.
This one sent me
People
this, and this
stirred up
one sent me
mess.
that, and people told
Yeah.
me this, and people told me this is exactly how you end up getting the
Mm-hmm.
content creators coming out in rare form, and they becoming this is how you end up getting internet beef, but this is also how things happen in real life as well. When the outsiders start carrying bones,
But
Yep.
that's
but I'm gonna say this. You right, Henny. But I'm gonna just clarify one more time. I don't let people just send me tell me what's being said. If you can't send me the video, you can't. I respond with like, you got proof.
well,
So
see,
I'm
that's
just saying
like
the
this
people that sent
morning.
me stuff sent me the video. So it's just like, yeah, I
I
watched the
get that.
video and was like, damn.
I get that.
Latrice just went off of what somebody told her.
I get that.
Well, no, because she said somebody, well, yeah, because somebody sent her something and then told her something, and she put the two
Yeah.
together, and that's boom, there we
Yeah.
go. And so
And
you
that's my
see
yeah.
now it's just amplifying, 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 and the hole is being dug deeper and deeper. And it's a situation that, and I'm just gonna say this for use this as an example for a visual. It's a situation that's like this, that is now like this. And what's making it like this is everything being added on top of what's already going on. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I think y'all could have sat and had this conversation yesterday sometime had it not
Mhm.
been everything else added into. But what I will say is I'm glad that y'all was able to sit. Okay, Karletta, I know
I was never gonna have a
you was never
conversation with
gonna do it.
Latrice.
I know she
And
I
was
was
me
never
either,
never
because
gonna
gonna
I
have
was
a
get it,
like,
never
fuck
conversation
gonna
with
get
Latrice.
Karletta.
it.
I don't
I
give a
said,
damn.
listen, I'm just being real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna
Me
fake no
either.
fun. I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being me. At the end of
Right.
the day, I said what I said. When I got on social
Right.
media, I didn't put Treese's name in it. If I wanted to put Treese's name in it, that would have said that I wanted a conversation. I just expressed my feelings on my page. I
Right.
read Snakes and Guard. I never had any intention on ever saying anything else to Treese after I blocked her. That was the end of it. Like when I block people, I don't unblock them. I never had no intention. So had you not talked to me and be like, I think y'all at least owe each other a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
me and Treese would not have had a conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
I
know
agree.
that because yesterday
I agree.
I'm watching, I'm looking at Treese, and Treese is like, and I'm like, oh man, she got them black Air Force Ones on, and Karletta got these boots on, and she's stomping, and she's like, and I said what I'm like, oh come on guys, don't do this, but I
Cause
know
ain't no bitch in me or on
both
me.
of
And,
y'all
and
are
that's
like
it. Right.
steadfast. I'm like, y'all, can y'all have a conversation? She's like, hell no, Henny. And it's like when I get that, that's when I feel like I'm the little kid that came in the room, like, can I have a piece of cake? And you like, hell no. So
Yep.
But I'm glad that you did convince me because it did give me a treat, an opportunity to be
Yes.
adults about the situation, to be women about the situation. It gave me a chance to show Treese, to kind of like speak word to Treese a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because at the end of the day, that is what I do. I'm a life coach, so I appreciate you for checking me because I
Mm-hmm.
do be wrong sometimes, and I do be like I do cut people off. Hence my sisters, I cut them motherfuckers off, and I
Same.
don't give a damn how many times you apologize. No,
and then let me
no.
tell you, Treese as well was like, oh Henny,
Yep.
I'm done. I'm
Uh,
done. And when
and
Treese tells me I'm done, I'm done.
I
I'm like,
cut the
okay,
person off
let
for
me
life.
again, it's the
But
same
I
thing. Can I
do.
get a
But
piece of
I
chocolate
told
cake?
Karletta the
Hell
same.
no, that's what it's like. She's like, no, I'm done. I'm like, shit, okay. I
But
let how can we fix this? And then, this morning it spiraled even more
mm-hmm.
because now it's spinning out into the internet universe, the stratoverse of the internet verse. And so when I went live this morning, my intention was not to keep things going. It was to try to clear myself from out of any situation that was going on before it gets started, because we know how this internet goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when a comment was made about me getting the bag and I was going to run it anyway, I wanted to address that before it even grew legs and took off running. If that was the case, I would have called Karletta and said, Karletta, I found out that Dre was arrested. I'm running in about 10 minutes. Let me know what you want, what's going on. Like, do you want to come up? Do you want to? I would have, if it was content, I would have done that. But this was not content because this is a woman that I've talked to about my personal
Mm-hmm.
business. So I felt like I owe her if she was sitting right here and I found out, would I just get up and go to the computer and run the content? Hell no, I wouldn't. I would turn to my friend and be like, girl, do you see this? Did you know about this? Because it's not her job to come and tell me if she would have found out on Friday. It's not her job to come and tell me, Henny, my nephew was arrested. But there has been times when I've heard things, not just from Karletta, but other people that y'all don't even know I talk to behind the scenes, who have called me and told me things, who have called me and vented to me. And guess what? I don't run that as content. So if she would have came to me and said, Henny, Dre got in trouble, he's arrested, I don't want it run as content. Something she ain't even got to tell me don't run it as content. It's just I already know it's not content. I know when she's trying to give me content on something and when she not. You understand? So for me, that's why I made it my point to say I'm not going to run it. And if I say I'm not going to do something, I'm not doing it. I'm not. So I wanted to get ahead of that. But then it was like a stray is coming. And then Karletta's trying to clear up things, and Treese is in the live, and I'm sitting here like, can y'all just talk? I don't want to, let's not do this. Let's not bring this. I just wanted to clear my name out of the situation. I don't have nothing to do. And then y'all two started talking.
So correct me if I'm
You went out.
We can't hear you.
Say something.
hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. It's like I responded out of emotion. You responded out of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I went to without adding your name. You let people convince you that I was triggering you or talking about you or dragging you. I felt like a hit dog holler. You
Mm-hmm.
felt you went to the extreme and it made me take it to hell because I'm a Gemini. I feel like I was wrong because I could have just like ignored the shit, but I just feel like I'm so tired of my family
Mm-hmm.
contact on social media. And then not only that, like everybody that follows me knows that I'm not just on social media. I got a brand behind social media. So when you got these people, like I explained to you offline, I feel like at your age, at my age, we have younger women that are watching.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put the narrative out there that I was victim shaming, that really pissed me off because and that made me respond because at the end of the day, I don't feel like I was victim shaming. And I don't think you felt like that. I think your emotions were so involved that that was the only thing that you could see. And then I also told you today it's the people that you talking to that is with the bullshit. They want to hype it up. And even if you didn't want to hype it up, they still hyped it up.
No, I think more so of like who I spoke to behind the scenes. Um and I had to realize that there's three sides to every story. That person's side, the other person's side's in the truth. And I realized that some things that I was told were was exaggerated, and some of it may have been lies. And I took that out on you. A lot of it, especially in the first part of that conversation, I took it out on you. And I did accuse you of victim blaming and victim shaming. I did accuse you of that. And I told you that I would never victim blame, because I also have been a woman of DV. I also, and when a lot of people say, why she's so hard? Why she's so this? Because I have been that way. Also because I was raised with a bunch of men and I'm never going to go that way again. So I did do that.
And see, let
I
me
am
just
going
say
on it.
this. Also, as a woman who's been through DV as well, I have to say this because in order for me to be able to heal from what was going on with me and be able to accept things, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of spiritual work. It was a lot of therapy work, mental work, because as we all know, a lot of that stuff starts in the mind. But one of the important things that I had to take was healthy accountability for my actions. And what I mean by a healthy accountability for my actions is exactly what Karletta was speaking of. Every
Yeah.
time I opened that door and let him back in, when the neighbors called the cops and he got arrested and went to Click Click City and they held him, I didn't go to court. I was scared to go to court. But I also opened that door and let him back in. That's the part that I had to take accountability for. So when Karletta said, and at first when she said it, it did take me back as a person who's been in a DV situation when she was like, oh, she should be charged too. At first I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, that's I was like,
what the hell? What? But when she explained it,
Mhm.
and because I had already went through that part of therapy and I wanted to understand, because part of healing yourself is knowing thyself. You can't grow if you don't know who the hell you are, or understand why certain things are the way that they are. You can't correct the behavior if you're not willing to admit that it's there. You can't fix what's broken
Right.
in you so that you don't operate in that energy anymore if you don't acknowledge it. So therefore, when she started saying, well, because she put the baby in that situation by even bringing him back in a home, he was gone. He was miles and states away. And you had him come back. So
And I
you
didn't know
having
that.
a healthy, and I want to say this so that nobody twists it, because I know people are streaming or doing whatever they about to do, clip it up, whatever they gonna do. So it don't get twisted up. When I say healthy accountability, that is the healthy accountability every time the door was opened. Because once you know what you know, you can't unlearn it. So if you know that this is the behavior, you can't unlearn that that's the behavior. And you can't erase what the behavior was. But what you can do is learn what the new behavior is. But if the behavior continues to be the same, then you know it. And that's not a victim blaming type of thing. Anybody who does feel that way, maybe you need to go sit with a therapist and a spiritual person, advisor, something, pastor, whatever you do, in order to understand the words that are being spoken of right now. But I will say that it did come off harsh at first. But when, like I said, once I was able to take my emotion out of it and listen to what she was saying, I'm like, oh, that resonates. That does make sense. And it's not
Because
so
at some point,
much.
become an accomplice and not a victim.
Mm.
Like, we really need to look up the word victim. Victim are unwilling participants.
Mm.
And see, that's why I don't say I'm a survivor. I say I'm a person who went through. I try not to
Mhm.
say victim. I try not to. Sometimes it does because of the programming of how we say words. But I went through that situation. I had to learn and grow from it.
And let me add to that. And because I said that she went from a victim to a willing participant, does not mean that I think that what he did was right. I don't condone that. I don't believe that was right. It wasn't cool, because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, you know she can't beat you. But and we don't really know the real details. We'll never know the real details leading up to that, because he lied and she lied. How do I know? Because I didn't talk to them both. They both have their stories that they like peanut butter and jelly. They go on the same sandwich, but they ain't the same item.
Mhm. And let me clear this up also. I said on yesterday on the live that after he was poked, that he called his mom and she hung up on him. Well, I later found out last night after talking with someone else that I won't name that that was not the truth. And that was not the truth. His
And see,
mother
that
was,
adds another layer.
yes, his mother was called through this third party. And it was a lie that basically it was hearsay. Katie never heard that. She never heard the cuss out. I'm gonna call her name because I gotta call a spade a spade. She never heard that. She never heard the phone being hung up on. So I have to own that. And I as much as I can't stand Karlissa, I will apologize to her for that, for me saying that. I'm going to take that back because that did not happen. I found out that that was a lie. I talked to Katie about that, and she had to own that that is what she heard, but that's not the way that she presented it to me. So from that, that made me very upset because you got me going to bat for you on this internet, and you, because you told me that's what that was like stamped. And now when I confront you on it, well, that's what you heard. So I apologize to Karlissa for that because that did not happen.
And then she also said that nobody in the family reached out to him, and you
Yeah,
found out
and
what?
that is I got to clarify that also. I got several screenshots and several screenshots, multiple, where members of the family did reach out. Members of the family, even those that that Karletta doesn't even speak to, reached out to me, and I got screenshots. So I have to take that back too, and I'm gonna own that because I'm a woman. At the end of the day, I'm a woman. So that put me in a place last night where I had to have a conversation with her, letting her know, you got me going to bat for you, and you're not telling me the truth. You're telling me half truths.
And
So
see,
this is it's a
I
teaching
feel
moment.
like that was a hard pill to swallow for you,
Yep.
because you had everybody coming at you, and I hope that you can understand how the family is looking at it, because again, I'm just giving y'all what an outsider looking in. I'm not trying to come down on nobody, but like, as you see, like, this is why the family is like, you talk to a blogger
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't talk to none of us, and we know you. Like, what was your intentions of talking to the blogger and sending the blogger all of this stuff, but you ain't reach out to nobody in the midst of all of this going on, and to let us know what happened with him? You just left us out and just skipped over us and went right to the blogger.
You recorded instead of calling 911.
And I didn't put any of it out,
No,
even
I'm
though I
saying
have
she
it.
recorded. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
if you in the
Yep.
middle of a DV situation,
Mm-hmm.
why are you picking up your phone to record instead of picking up your phone to call 911? If you really in danger, let's start there. Here's my second question. Let's say she didn't pick up the phone and she actually had a nanny cam. Why you got a motherfucker in your house that you need a nanny cam for?
Um, and I have to say on this, from what I'm told, and I don't want to make this about her because this is about our sit down. From what,
It's about y'all conversation, yeah, but we're talking about
yeah,
how everything started coming out,
right,
where everything started unfolding, so to
right.
speak, the key elements that needed to unfold.
From what she said is she couldn't get him out, and she was scared.
Someone please call
911.
911. But you know why she didn't call 911? Because 911 was gonna ask the question, why the fuck is he here? Again.
Mm.
And again. Why's he back?
Well, I those two things I will take accountability for, because when you get receipts, you got to own it. I got the receipts. I got
And,
the receipts. I
and
had
so
the I had the conversations.
and so now we're here,
Mm-hmm.
where the whole story has unfolded from what you guys know, because there is still Andre's side, her side, and somewhere in between there is the
Is the
truth.
truth.
But now this right here was a good lesson in how things end up spiraling out of control. With the two of you right now, there has been a meeting of the minds, correct? Where you understand each
Yeah.
other's standpoint and where
Mm-hmm.
each other's coming from, and y'all were
Mm-hmm.
able to get to a point where you were able to hear and listen at the same time, because there's a difference between hearing and listening.
Oh yeah.
But you guys were able to hear and listen. And even now,
Here and
up
listen.
here, as you're speaking, I want to commend the both of you because you took the time to listen, let one another speak their points out. And I want to also point this out. This could have been a tough conversation because we're still talking about something that's still raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about what you were thinking and how you were feeling and what you were doing behind the scenes that maybe the other person may not have known. And the two of you listened and understood and processed and digested what was going on. And I want to commend the two of you for being grown ass women about the situation and being able to have this conversation. And I'm grateful that this was able to be shown as to how it should be done because you guys are actually an example. You guys are leading by example by sharing this with everyone, and thank you for coming here to hash this out, so to speak, and take us step by step as to what happened and how you guys got to where you are right now. um you guys have the floor.
Well, I feel like we should open the floor up for the comments. I mean, somebody want to read the comments because it's a lot of people. It's one comment that I actually want to read. That says, because I feel like this should be addressed. I feel like being that all three of us are domestic violence survivors.
I don't
Um,
know what comment you're talking
I'm getting
about.
ready to put it in here. It says something about my mom went back several times. It's hard to leave when you're in that situation. You're absolutely right. And I
Mm-hmm.
agree because I stayed and stayed and stayed.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you guys have to remember that he was gone. He was gone from August when he caught the gun charge from August to February. He was gone. During August to February, that was time for you to get some counseling. That was time for you to get some healing. That was time for you to change your number. That was time for you. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't have let her see his son. That was time for you to, his daughter. That was time for you to let him visit his daughter when he came back. But he should have never come back to live in your home. But that wasn't her reason for letting him back to visit, properly co parent with his daughter. She wanted to work on her marriage, but she had months from almost a year of him not being in the home. That's why I say you were at that point, you were no longer a victim, you were a participant because you did not have to let him back in. You didn't have to. That's why I said she endangered her daughter when she made the decision to allow someone back in her home to live, not to visit, to live. After the last time he lived there, you couldn't get him out.
And let
After
me
he went
just
on social media and humiliated you and embarrassed you in front of all of the followers that he had, to the point where you had to delete social media and you could have lost your career, not a job, a career. Why was he back in your house?
mhm. And see, that's the thing that those are questions that when you go through the steps of trying to heal yourself from a DV situation, those are the tough questions that you're gonna have to answer. If you've got a good therapist, okay. Now, if you got a therapist that specializes in this, they're gonna ask you those questions so that you can answer those because you need to
Mm-hmm.
understand that. Because the answer to that 9 times out of 10 is gonna be where you need to heal at.
Mm-hmm. And you got to get to the point where you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's just like I had a friend whose husband continually cheated. She would find so many things, and I said, "Well, what do you need to catch him in the bed with the lady?" Because I mean, you've caught so. I mean, he when you showed up at the girl, the side chick's house, he called the police on you. What's next? And you still ain't leaving him. So at this point, she was a willing participant.
Yeah.
At that point.
And then I'm gonna go a step further and say, I feel like that was her get back or her revenge because I still ain't figured out why you recorded instead of calling 911. And hold on, Not only did you record it, you didn't send it to his mama to say, here's proof that your son is over here reckless. You didn't send it to one of his aunties. Here's proof that your nephew is over here reckless. You didn't send it to his grandma and say, here's proof that your grandson. You sent it to a blogger.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't give it to the detective. You gave it to a blogger. What was your motive? You wanted to tarnish him. That she was vengeful and spiteful. And it just didn't work out in her favor.
Yeah, because I would never release it, because at the end of the day, he's somebody's son. He's
Fuck you
somebody's
releasing it,
father.
Treese. Why did she send it to you?
Right. That's the question. Like, why
Why
wouldn't
she send
you
it to you?
send it
What was
to,
your
or
motive?
why didn't she reach out to the family when all of this was going on to let them know, listen, Dre is back and this is what's going on, and I need somebody to come help me.
She
You know
didn't
what I'm
have to reach
saying?
out to me, Henny,
Or
because she
whoever.
she see me on social media. But you know who she could have reached out to? She could have reached out to Faith. If she didn't want to
Hmm.
reach out to me because I'm on social
Mm-hmm.
media and I be on here dragging his mama, and she thought I might have exploited her, maybe she felt that way. Let's just say she did. She could have reached out to Faith. So Faith is an ordained minister, whether y'all like it or not. And
Hmm.
by and she is not allowed to repeat what is said to her. Why she got that robe on?
Mm-hmm.
You and Katie knows that. So why the fuck she didn't reach out to Faith?
If this is really Karlissa, then Karlissa is in the chat listening.
Well, I don't know
Um,
if, if Karlissa is here. I don't know if she was able to hear my apology to her, but I do apologize to Karlissa for accusing her of hanging up on her son, and because that didn't happen. I was told a lie, and her sister clarified, both of her sisters clarified that. And then I had to, when I had the conversation with Katie, I found out that it was hearsay. So as much as Carlissa gets on my nerves, I take responsibility for that as a woman. Carlissa, I apologize because that didn't happen.
Why you
hold
looking
on
at
one
me,
second.
Henny?
No, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the I'm looking in the back channel of the page because I'm seeing my moderator, one of my mods timed her out. Untime
Mm,
her out, untime her out, because at the end of the day, we already know how she feel about me. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. We know how she feel about me, but this is about her son. So don't block her, okay? Don't block her out. Let her say what she got to say. All right? Because at the end of the day, she needs to hear this. This is her sister that's up here going to bat for her nephew. This
mm-hmm.
is her son that we are talking about. So you know,
And we don't, yeah, we don't back no.
if she want to come up, I'll drop the link. I'm just, you
I'm
know,
going down because I don't want to have no sit down with her.
Mm-mm.
But you can drop the link. I'm not against you pulling her up. Pull her up if that's what you feel like you need to do, because that's his mother. She has a right to speak.
well,
But
I'm
I
gonna
don't want
say
to speak.
this because listening to what you have said, as far as thinking about it, like if he's miles and states away, then how did he get back? That means conversations had to be had, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when my kid's father followed me down, when I tried to leave him, he followed and came along with, okay? And when I finally was like, I'm done, get out, and I had the strength to do, like, I mean what I say, and I want you gone now. When he went miles and states away, he was miles and states away. I wasn't trying to bring him back to, let's work this out. I wasn't trying to do none of that. So it does bring a different perspective when you take the things into consideration like that. And then when you hear that Trish, you didn't get the full story. She's telling you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Karlissa hung up on him, and so
Mm-hmm.
now you're looking like, oh, that's foul, that's messed up. And
Mm-hmm.
then you get into a conversation with Karletta, and Carletta's explaining to you like, no, my mom didn't know. She lied to you about that. And then you talk to,
I
I'll say
talked to
it. You talk to Faith,
I talked to
and Faith
Faith.
tells you that that's not what happened. Now you see that you've been deceived, and it kind of, I see how the family is looking at this. Let me just
Yeah,
say that I see how the family is looking at this.
yeah.
Um,
And Faith and I had a good conversation. It wasn't hostile. It wasn't anything. We ended up just at the end of it saying, "Have a good night. Have a good night." It was a good conversation.
so, is there
Yeah.
anything that you guys want to add to?
Well, all I'm gonna add that I'm gonna let family be family, and they know the situation way better than I. And from last night, I need to mind my bald head business. I'm gonna be like Karletta, and I'm gonna be bald head, and I'm gonna mind my bald head business. That's all.
And the thing about it is, let me since I'm the bigger person, let me clear this up. There will be no reconciliation between me and my sister, but at the end of the day, I just because me and her don't get along and we don't have a conversation don't mean I'm gonna just sit here and let y'all say stuff that I know ain't true. Cause that goes against my character and who I am as a woman. I'm not gonna let if it's not the truth, I'm gonna say that ain't true. That ain't true. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing for Faith. That's the same thing
Mm-hmm.
for but I do that same thing with you, Treese. If I know
Mm-hmm.
something ain't true, like I said, when the people hit me up, you can't just hit me up. You gotta send me
Mm-hmm.
what she said because I'm not going by what you telling me because I'm too old for that. Send me exactly what she said. Oh, okay, I see what she said.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I am. I'm not gonna ride with some bullshit because I don't care for the person. Period. If it's a lie, it's a lie. If it's a spade, it's a spade. At the end of the day, and like I said, I knew before it was even. Dang, my dog then peed on the patio. I can't even enjoy my patio.
You
Out
better
of
get the
all the
hose in it
yard,
down, girl.
out of all the yard, I'm gonna have to power watch. Um, at the end of the day, when you are healed and you in a place where you can't be gaslit, there's nothing that somebody can say or do to make you not be healed. I worked really hard to heal, and you can't gaslight me. And I'm not gonna rather I don't get along with who I don't get along with. You're not gonna be able to come to me and tell me that's what they said without proof. And I'm not gonna let you lie on somebody to benefit you because that would make me messy too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
That
why
is
I was
true.
adamant about. Wait a minute now, why? Because what did I tell you, Treese? You need to apologize to Henny because she catching strays, and that didn't have this. Our beef has nothing to do with her, and she caught a
Mm-hmm.
stray.
And
And,
I'm
and
gonna
Treese was like,
keep
"I respect that." She
and
she
I'm
said it.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep reiterating. If Carletta, based off of the relationship that I've built with her behind the scenes, would have said, Henny, can you please not run that? I would not have run it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when she said, you're gonna run it right, that charged me with the responsibility to make sure that nobody could twist up a narrative. And I saw people starting to try to twist one up yesterday morning. So that's why I clipped the part where I explained everything. And as soon as I read the first part of what the California law said, I said, that is not saying that that's what he did. So let's not start no narratives. I said that because again, I was charged with being responsible. And again, I'm not going to do that. I mean, look, I said it already. I said when it comes down to content creating, this is not a situation that's an easy digest. Does it open the conversation for dialogue? It does, but it's also a situation that requires a level of responsibility, a level of integrity and care. And so,
Mm-hmm.
especially being that I am a parent who has a child who is incarcerated. So I did take that into consideration when also going forward. This is somebody's nephew, child, father, brother, all of that. it kind of makes you look at things a little bit differently, especially once I'm hearing all the threads being pulled about the backstory to what was the front story. It makes things come off a little differently.
Right.
So, you know,
Right.
Hmm.
At
Yeah, it's
at the
unfortunate.
yeah.
But I hope that somebody else that's in the situation, that's trying to leave, whether you a man or a woman, if you in a domestic violence situation, you need to get you some help, evaluate your
Mm-hmm.
situation, and it's okay to walk away. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to walk away. You don't have to stay. And then one thing is, if you don't want to walk away, if you're not strong enough to walk away for you, walk away for your children.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing that you don't want them to do is to grow up thinking that it's okay for a man or a woman to put their hands on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I do appreciate y'all, stepping and making sure that, hey, look, no strays and all of that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna speak for this morning. You gotta understand something. There's already a lot that goes out there. So when it comes down to anything that I'm deeming as something that's gonna be um taken and ran with, I'm trying to get ahead of, because I am in the process of, I don't know if y'all are noticing, I'm restructuring everything. So moving forward, I don't need anything that's going to tarnish what I'm doing, because I had to really sit and think about it. Like, this really made me, my mission was to make trending topics meet real life, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this is the kind of conversations that I like to have. And that's how I started off. And that's where I need to be. And that was the charge that I had, to take situations and humanize them. That's not an easy thing to do. And
Mm-hmm.
especially to do it to masses, like where massive people are watching and taking in the information and receiving it. I moved away from that mission. So I'm charged with that. And I need to move forward in that, not being messy, not doing, I need to move forward with the responsibility that was given to me. Yes, I could still do a trending topic. Yes, I could still pull a court doc. Yes, I could still do all that. I could still do the kiki ha ha. But that's what I came here to do. And when I'm doing that, I see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's blessed.
Well, I appreciate you for doing that. And that's the
Yeah.
reason I asked you to do it, because I didn't
Yeah.
want somebody trying to paint my nephew as a child abuser or a
Mm-hmm.
person that puts his child in danger, solely. He's just, I didn't want him to be painted as the aggressor and as an unhinged person. And I knew that that was the narrative that they was going to try to go with, because that's the narrative that they went with Jonathan. I didn't want that. So that's why I asked you to do it. And I'm grateful that you did it. So I appreciate you for that. And I thank you for that, because, at the end of the day, what I said to you in private, I said the same thing to you, Treese, in private.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we got to think about.
Yeah.
What did I tell y'all? When Dre got back to California, as soon as he got back to California and he got stabbed, I questioned him when I called him and said, "What are you doing there?" Not just, and I asked him, "You don't think that you getting stabbed soon as you get there is a red flag that you not
Mm.
supposed to be there?"
Mm-hmm.
And how did they fucking know, big as California is,
How'd they know where you
where
Where
were?
he
you
was
were.
at? You don't think she had nothing to do with that, Dre? I asked him, and he wanted to talk about he wished his family could get along on social media. He didn't want to answer them questions. So maybe I put the idea in his head, but I didn't mean to. I didn't mean it that way. I was just trying to get him to think outside of the box, because I was really trying to understand, how did this happen to you? So maybe I shouldn't have said that to him, but I was trying to make sure he was alert and aware of what was going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I just like, it's so many unanswered questions for me. Like, big as California is, and where they live, that's not even in the, he don't sleep where he shit. He
Right.
was taught that. So how would they even know to see you way down there, 3 hours away from where you shit at?
Mm.
So I'm really starting to feel like she did more than she telling Treese that she did.
I mean, and for me, I have to say allegedly because I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But from what is was being said now, it's opening the door for those types of thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's opening the door for that. Like you're hearing there was a relationship built, and understand I'm not up here trying to, down talk anyone, but I'm just saying when you start moving in ways that make people, you built a whole relationship with Treese only for you to turn around and have lied to her, and she's standing and stepping, being who she is, trying to protect and keep your secrets, only for her to find out she's standing and stepping on lies. Like that's gonna open the door for people to start looking at you like, girl, now I'm understanding why the family could be looking this way. And then to hear that it's not just Karletta looking at it this way, it's it's Karlissa, it's Faith, it's Nikki, it's
Yep,
everybody.
yep.
People who don't even speak or deal with one another right now because of their family divide are all viewing this the same way. And we as the outsiders are
What
looking like,
happened?
well, what's going on? Is
Yeah,
this
they don't even
what?
fuck with each other. They don't get along. But how they all got the same story and they all can come together for the same situation because it's our kids at the end of the day. Like, no, you're not gonna paint that narrative. You're not gonna paint that narrative. And then I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get off Katie because Katie has her own demons that she got to deal with. We don't know
Yeah,
what childhood traumas or whatever
yeah,
she got going on. So I'm not gonna attack her or shame
no,
her or make her feel bad. But I'm gonna say this: if she can get on there and build a fake relationship and lie to someone that is praying for her for a whole year, imagine what she can do to her husband. And I'm gonna
mm.
leave it at that.
Well, what I am gonna
Well, I'm
say,
gonna continue to pray for
go
all
ahead.
of them. I
Hmm.
pray that Dre gets the help that he needs. I've always looked at Dre when I did used to watch their show, or when I would see him on, any other show. I always saw Dre as a very intelligent person. Always saw him as that. Always saw that with how he spoke and how he carried himself. So, you know, mental illness is mental health and all of that. That's, we just got to pray for him. I pray that he just gets the help that he needs. Like they don't lock him up and throw away the key. Don't do any of that. Give him help. That's my prayer.
Okay, Treese,
Hmm.
do you want to address this calmly, or do you want to just pass it? What's on the
She picks a
screen?
blogger that hates us to be her outlet. No, I don't hate y'all, Carlissa. I just don't like the things you do. You say some jacked up stuff about your grandchild that I don't like. That's what I don't like. I don't hate nobody because I can't hate. The Bible says not to hate. But you say some jacked up stuff about your mama, your sisters, and everybody else. That's what I dislike and despise. That's what I despise. So don't say hate, because I don't, one thing you don't understand about me, I don't get no checks from this. I don't get no checks. And she didn't
Well,
befriend me. She didn't befriend me. Hold on, Henny. You asked me. I'm doing it
no,
calmly.
no, 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 no. I'm letting you go ahead and respond.
Okay. She didn't befriend me for a reason, because if she did, I would put out the stuff that I have, and I haven't. Because at the end of the day, I still feel like he's your son, and he's Carletta's nephew. So don't bring you nor your wig over here with no drama. Okay? Now I don't apologize. You better take the apology and keep it moving.
I said
I
calmly.
was counting. I was counting. I was
You
counting
and
in my
your wig,
head.
don't play with me.
I was
Okay, so
Okay?
counting.
let me just
Because you
say
claim you didn't
this.
know me the last time. You better
It
So
keep
let
it
took
me
you
moving.
let
67 seconds, Trees.
Treese, you said you was gonna express five
Well,
minutes, girl.
I'm learning. Carletta told me, Carletta just told me that today. Now y'all got to give me 30 days to get it together.
We got to give her some grace. We got to give her some grace to implement the new structure of things.
Yes, 30
And
days.
let's just clear the air. Let's just clear the air. There is no hate sometimes it's entertainment, and then sometimes it's personal. And for me, I got personal, and that's one of the things that I'm correcting about myself. But when my son came into it, and my son is not a celebrity, he did not sign up to be a celebrity, that was different. But there's a responsibility, and I'm not saying this because Karlissa here. I'm saying it because it's something that I've been working with behind the scenes. Last week I had a very tough week. Okay. I can't get personal like that, where I'm making the content out of personal spaces. That's not my job. That's not the job. So I'm learning. You got to remember, I came from the comments to the panels. Okay, from the audience to the stage. So sometimes I still behave like an audience member because I'm learning. When you on the stage, it's different because everybody looking. When you in the audience, people don't really notice it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's not a hate. It's a dislike for things that get done. That's the difference. It's a dislike for things that get done or said. But at the end of the day, this topic right here is something. This topic right here is something that I don't know for anybody else. It opened my eyes to things a little bit differently. When the situation happened between the two of you, and just watching how everything plays out, listening to your story, Treese, about how you developed this relationship with someone who started off as a source, I guess would be safe to say, and you developed a relationship with how the deception was put out there. You know what I'm saying? For you, I feel like you were used. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like you were used. Hold on, wait a minute. She said, "Girl, you wait. Y'all come back on this camera. Karletta, you didn't start out off camera. You come back on this camera."
I got off the camera because I didn't want to interrupt your sentence and Teresa's response, but the comments got me.
I know.
So you put out nothing but lies.
Oh, wait. I got it because she's addressing me. So let me.
Oh, I thought she was talking to me because I was ready to eat her up, girl.
I didn't see her addressing you. I had started laughing before they addressed it.
So she said, "Girl, you put out enough without no truth." I put out what y'all put out. If you go back and you look, I put out what y'all put out. When you do a live and you say things, the perception that gets given to the public is the character. So if you're feeling like I'm personally, the character you're putting out is the character that I'm speaking on.
Here, she want to come up, so let me step down so she can come up.
Nah, you stay right here. She ain't coming up
here. She wants
here.
y'all to see her wig.
She's not gonna come up here. She ain't gonna come up here.
She get that wig out the $8.99 basket at the Chinese store.
She said pull her up so she can show y'all this wig. See, Selena even said come up. All right, I'll tell you what, I'll stay up, but if she say anything reckless, I'm not waiting 5 minutes. I'm going in. I'm going in. Because I want you to pull her up, but I want her to pull up. But I'm gonna be a lady. I'm gonna be a lady.
Look, Henny's scared. Henny, you don't be scared.
Henny is not scared. Henny is sitting here waiting, because I just know.
Trying to calm down.
I am not. Henny, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm
not
gonna do that.
The Lord tests you, and He moves in mysterious ways. I'm counting 5 minutes, right, Karletta? That's what you said. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Deep breath.
I told y'all she's not coming up here. I don't even know if that's really her or not.
That's her. That's her, because she liked that old blue ugly jacket that she swear looks good, and she got that from the Goodwill. That's her.
Lord.
She better just come up here and act like she got some respect and some sense. I just feel like that. Be respectful.
Let me up and drag me, LOL. Now I'll never. No, nobody's gonna drag you. You got my right hand to God. Treese, you not gonna drag her because I'm putting my right hand to God. It ain't gonna be no drag.
I'll drop down.
No, y'all not. Y'all gonna stay right here.
Oh,
Gonna
okay.
leave
All
me up
right.
here on the stage. I'm
Okay. I
dropping
won't
the
say a
link.
word. I won't say a word.
Whoa, boy, these comments is hilarious. These
I
folks in
can't
these
see the
comments.
comments. I'm not gonna say a
Oh,
word.
you gotta go from another device, or I put them all. Wait a minute, because I was trying to put them all up on the screen, but it's like
Oh,
sudden.
I'll go get my iPad. I go get my iPad.
Because these comments is funny.
No,
So
I ain't
he
gonna say a word. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna hush. I'm gonna go put on a wig
No,
and
I'm
be
not
quiet.
gonna drag her. She said,
and we
"Henny, let
not
her up and
roasting her.
drag
We
her."
not
No,
roasting her.
I'm not gonna drag her.
Nope.
Katie is still victim. Katie is still a person that is in the midst of the situation.
Let me go get me a wig to put on. Let me go
Let
get
her
me a
come
wig.
up, please, Henny. I dropped the link multiple times. She's not coming up here. I told y'all that already. She's not coming up
She
here.
be pump faking. She pump fake. She ain't got no courage. Courage. Courage, the cowardly dog.
No, she want 5K.
She ain't
Let me up and drag me. See, that's what she said. LOL, never. I'll never. You're right. You said you would never, but you know, the
you.
floor is open. All of
but
these
the crazy
people,
part is she the
there's
one asked.
461 million people watching that saw that I dropped the link. I put my right hand to God. I wasn't going to drag you. So I gave you an opportunity to say whatever, do whatever. You could have came up here and drugged me.
But she the one who asked. She asked.
She asked to
She
Right.
drop the
requested for the
link,
link.
and then now she's not coming up. That's okay.
Come to the light, Carol Ann. Come to the light, Carol Ann.
She said, "No, ma'am." And there it is. She said, "No, no, ma'am."
Child, this right here is foolery.
Come
Well,
to the
she
light,
agrees.
Carol
Well,
Ann.
if this is her, she's agreeing with you and said, I got on some bullshit. I definitely got on some bullshit. I don't know if this she talking about the picture, but it seemed like that's around.
Cam, T got
Oh
her.
Lord,
T
stop it.
Trees got her camera off. Just cut your camera off.
Right. I got my camera off because I'm laying
The
in my
reason she
bed.
not gonna come, listen, why she not gonna come. She not gonna come because she know that if she say something out of control, that all
Linda,
three of
I'm
us
not about to
is
start
gonna drag
singing.
her.
Linda want me to sing. Come on in
On
the
in the
room.
room.
Come on in the room. She's not coming up here, you guys. I've already told y'all that she's not coming up here.
Yeah, I got my camera off. I'm laying in my bed. It's my birthday on Friday, so I'm
Oh well,
chilling.
happy early birthday. I'm about to go inside and I'm about to cook some shrimp scampi. And then I gotta go live on my other channel. Oh,
Oh, I'm
she
on
said, I
live.
don't even know how. You click the link that I'm dropping. And when you click the link, it'll bring you into the StreamYard, allow your camera and your mic, and then you could turn your mic off and come on up. I'll drop the link again.
Yeah, I would love. I wouldn't say. Oh, I would really just ask. I would really be professional and ask Karlissa some questions. The first one would be, why you keep wearing that stringy wig?
Hold on. No, that was a live on Instagram.
No, I wouldn't ask her that, y'all. I'm just playing.
Oh Lord. Y'all are a mess in these comments. Uniquely, can I get the disclaimer? You got uh-oh. We gonna find out if this is her or not. You gotta allow your camera and your mic for me to bring you in.
And then
Oh, it's
block,
an
then turn your
authenticated
camera off.
YouTube.
I ain't said nothing. I
Boy,
don't
you
got this.
crazy.
I am finna crack the fuck up laughing. Y'all gonna be mad because I'm finna
It
be.
says you need to connect your camera and your mic before you can be added to the stream. It says it's an authenticated YouTube, so that might really be Karlissa. She might really have hit the button.
Mm-hmm. How many people in this watching, Henny?
I don't know what you're doing. You're not. It's saying that you got to let the camera and the mic. I'm gonna show you. I'm not being funny. I'm gonna take a picture and then I'm gonna send it to myself, and it's gonna show you that it's saying you have to allow the camera and allow the mic.
Yeah, but and then once you have to allow it, and then you can
It ain't easy
immediately
as
flip it off.
everybody think it is. It ain't easy because
Yeah,
look how many times I had to go out and come. She had to call me on the phone because it wouldn't let me in.
yeah. You
Yeah.
just have to click it, and then you can immediately click it off.
Okay, so go back out, and then when it brings the screen back up, click allow for your camera and allow for your mic. And then before you enter in, you could turn your mic and your camera, turn your camera off if you want to, but you got to do it.
Let me
Somebody
get.
explain it, because I don't know. I'm thinking I'm explaining it, but I'm not good at
She just
explaining stuff
yeah. She just
sometimes.
you just have to when you come in. You're gonna see yourself on the screen because you have to allow it. But as soon as you see yourself on the screen, just turn it right back off.
See, I'm sharing that it's saying you will need to connect your mic and cam before you can add them to. They need to connect their mic and cam
Yeah.
before I can allow you into the stream. So you got to drop back down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, she came on to Jonathan Porter, y'all.
I don't know why. I don't know what I did.
But you
Oh,
got
you
on.
look
Hey,
cute. You
Carlissa.
look cute today,
Thank you,
girl.
girl. You like my wig?
I like it, Karlissa. Girl, that's
Yes.
cute
So
now.
this is my court wig, okay? This is my court do.
It's kind of
Yes,
Okay.
because
Patty
Dre did
LaBelle.
have court today, so you went today to Dre's court date. Is he okay?
I'm gonna just leave that alone until we
Okay.
figure it out. But I do want to hop on here, Sister Treese and Sister Henny, and that other sister,
It's
and
cool, Patty LaBelle. You don't gotta say my name.
and say hello. Thank y'all for waiting for all of this stuff to come out before y'all just paint a picture that ain't, correct. And we know in the past, me and all my sisters, that my sons is not easy to deal with. They are very spoiled, very annoying, and they can get very much under your skin and make you do want to clock them. And so people are clocking them. We've seen that. And they probably not used to people clocking them. So they clocking back, and we ending up here. But like the lady said over there with all of that, the bald headed lady, like she said, that you called yourself bald headed. I'm just gonna call you what you called yourself. The bald headed lady said, cause Carlissa got hair. I don't know why they keep acting like I'm bald headed. Carlissa got hair. I don't know what the fuck they be on, but
Bend
anyway.
down a little
Hold
bit.
on,
Bend
girl.
down real
Hold on,
good.
cause
Bend down like this.
I done scared the people next to me in this
No,
traffic. Hold on.
bend down like this before you put it back on.
You ready?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I did. You ready?
You
Now,
you didn't. We can't see it. You didn't bend down
girl,
real
stop
good.
lying. You seen it. Shut up. Anyway, but I do tend to lose my hair when my kids in jail because I scratch and I scratch and I scratch. You know how some people had a tick when they
Mhm.
stress. That's my tick. So, I just want to say that I understand that Katie loves hard, and a lot of women who don't have fathers. Obviously, we weren't one of them, so we can't really relate. But some of us struggle. I'm gonna just say that because I know she get offended when you talk about her mama. But some of us struggle with the things that some people have had that we have not had. When Dre first got out of jail after 16 years, on his very first day, she threw a temper tantrum because he was talking to Janice, his sister, Callie, too much and not her. This a grown ass woman. Now, mind you, he had only known her 3 years. They had did the jail visit for 3 years. I should have never ever listened to him and Maine and Jonathan when they had me talking to that girl pretending to be him online so he could have a pen pal. That's all I thought it was gonna be was a pen pal. But they went on ahead and did what they had to do to get in that funky room. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that to say that she has a lot of emotions that she needs to work on because she missed out on her father because he was in jail. So Andre's not her father, and he doesn't have the mental capacity to give her what she needs because he been in jail since he was 16. He don't have it all to understand how to love on a woman and do what he needs to do to get her comfortable. Yes, the first week that he was out, he went and cheated and messed up the whole fucking thing. So now he got a double whammy. I have sat in on their counseling sessions where she have told the counselor, now he's the bitch, I'm the lion, and he's the bitch. So she has a very vindictive spirit because, as most women, all of us get, when we get cheated on, especially after we done waited and visited and put all our money on the books and did all that shit, we get a little vindictive if you don't do what we say do. And Andre is not the type of person we all know that's gonna do what we say do, or he would have never went to jail at 16. Okay, he's a very strong, hot-headed person. So when you hitting these people, some of these men, because of where they've been, what they going through, they PTSD, they gonna hit your ass back. And
Hmm.
this is probably another one of those situations. If Andre went to a bar, this is what you said that she told you. That she premeditatedly spoke to a blog that knows you and I haven't gotten along for at least since you've been knowing me and Krishan. Am I right? Out of all
Trees.
the blogs and
Which
all the
one?
counselors in the world, you pick
Which
a T page that you know gonna go in for you on one of my kids. That's
which one you
fine.
talking about? Who you talking about?
She
Me,
talking to you,
Karlissa? Oh,
Trees.
She
oh,
talking to
okay.
you,
Go.
Trees.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Karlissa.
she
Yes.
picked you out. She picked you out of all the people, I'm sure, so that you could do the damage that needs to be done. This lady has literally lied and was gonna put it out there. Faith is my witness, and my sister ain't gonna lie for now one of us. She
She told
called
me that.
Faith and told Faith that she was gonna tell everybody on the internet that Dre had herpes, and that's a motherfucking lie. And she knew it was a lie. She apologized and said Faith told her, that that's not how you handle it. She talked to her, and they went through it. She was gonna lie to women just so that they didn't talk to him. So this is how vindictive
That's a
she's going to.
fact. That's a fact.
This is
That's a
how
fact.
vindictive she's willing to go against him. Now, if you gonna tell people he got herpes, you don't even care that you gonna tell them that means you might have them too.
Yeah.
That's how vindictive some women are when they want what they want. I've never had that because I've always had my father, and I could call him right now and do what I need to do. So I don't understand that, but I get it. I've been vindictive, and I've been in a place where I'm so hurt that I want to run you over with a car or do something crazy to you. That happened to me once when I was 18. After that, I got out here and was whooping these niggas' ass when I felt like it. And maybe that's what my sons is attracted to. I'm sorry. Maybe they're attracted to women that will just go off on them, that'll keep them in line. I don't know. But this right here, what just happened, I can assure you, if he went to a bar, he ain't allowed to even talk on the phone. So how you going to a bar? And if he went to a bar, that means in her head he went to go get some coochie. Okay? Because he got coochie roaming around in that neighborhood. So if you leave the house at all, you cheated. If you talk to your sister too much, you ain't paying me enough attention. And if you get out here and start talking to another young lady like he did when they separated the first time, I'ma tell him you got herpes. So I don't know exactly what happened. I know that Bree is a witness also, that we came down here and talked to her, and she told us, yes, I'm gonna call the police on him if he don't do what I say because he cheated on me. That's what it is. So I can guarantee you that she already knows how he gets stabbed on the way to you. See, the Lord let it go. The Lord, me and Faith figured it out. The Lord let this go all the way through because if he would have went to jail like he did, like she planned from the train station, she wouldn't have had to go pick him up, right? That would
Mm.
have been it. They got video footage. They doing something. I don't know who or what it is. I don't even know if she made fake video footage. I couldn't even tell if it was Dre or not. But she made sure the blogs got the video footage. She made sure that, and just so happened that the police told the two young men, do y'all want to go y'all separate ways or do y'all want to press charges? And they both went their separate way, okay? Now he went his separate way bleed. So he was supposed to go to jail when that police said that, because y'all remember he got a warrant, right?
He had the warrant back
But
then.
God said,
Oh.
no, push it on through, because we going to find out who she talking to, why these people know where you at every time you go
Mm,
somewhere. And we running around here telling my child, oh, you crazy, ain't nobody following you. Well,
mm.
if she talking to you, who else is she talking to?
Well, Karlissa, I can tell you that I do know for a fact that something was going on because Dre did attempt to get an order of protection against someone. So we know that something was going on with him.
And now she telling y'all that he don't talk to me because he not allowed to have a phone. She at work, she got the phone, right? He can't, she don't,
Mm-hmm.
but he's sneaking and calling me from Syria. So we
Mm.
talking on a regular. And on a regular is, Mom, I need you to pray for me. I can't talk on the phone. I can't get on the internet. I gotta be her pet and her slave, or she gonna call the police. And I
Wow.
feel bad because I did tell him, if you want to be with your family, you cheated on her, you have to go through these hoops to fix it. But nobody has to go through that many damn hoops to fix it. Okay? It's not his fault you got that insecurity from him cheating on you the day he got out 5 years ago. You need to work on fixing some of it yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
But locking him in the house and making him babysit and don't use the phone, can't get on the computer, or I'm gonna call the police every 5 minutes, I'm gonna make up something, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. She will kick him in his shin. She will kick him just to get it cracking. Then, so I'm gonna call the police, I'm gonna call the police. If he even says I'm about to go hang out with the guys, or I'm gonna go do this, turn this. He ain't allowed to leave a house. He's a prisoner still. He's an inmate still in a house with his family.
So
Now,
now,
if
Treese,
she
did
got
you
on,
know
if
any of
she,
this?
No,
she
no,
know what she know what the lady,
no,
but
no,
because Katie slips and
no. I
tells some
was
stuff too.
no. I was always told that she would be getting beat in her sleep. That's what I was always told.
Well, you said that she said that he forced his way. Now she didn't tell you she went and picked him up after the train
No.
issue.
Or that
Mm-mm.
she begged him to come back.
No. No. I
My
was
son
not
quit.
told that.
My son quit a job in the hospital. Quit his job in the hospital because she told him she had the location and she gonna send the police out there. He even said, I feel like I seen somebody watching me yesterday. You didn't tell nobody where I was at, did you, Katie? You know what this lady said? No, maybe it was your mom because your auntie Faith gave her the address. Now, why the fuck would I give somebody the address where my daddy at? Why would you even suggest some dumb shit like that to my son where my daddy at?
And when I talked to him, I asked him why did he come back, and he said him and Dad was getting into it, and now that makes sense because him and Dad was cool for a minute until she
The
started
only
putting that
time him
thought
and
in his
dad get
head.
into it, the only time him and dad get into it is when he starts talking about Katie. Dad told him, I don't want to hear nothing about that lady. Nothing at all. Keep going to work. Keep getting yourself together. Keep stacking your money so you can figure out how to take care of this war. This other lady that begged him to come back. We got the video footage begging him, if you come back over here and give me some, I'll take care of the warrant. And Katie knows this too. She sent me the video of the lady. The lady got sons, teenagers coming and going, but you want to blame it on the nigga because he disappeared before you got home. While you was at the grocery store trying to come back and cook for him. Next thing you know, he back with his wife. Now you mad. Dre needs to keep his stuff in his pants and mind his own business. Keep it. The whole time he was down there with Dad, he was doing good, going to work every single solitary day in the hospital.
That is true. That is true.
So if you in the hospital working and you going to work every day, how you had how and this is for months. This was 6 months straight. Even when he was with me working at LA Fitness, she begged him to come back. Tried to use I'm gonna tell everybody you got hurt. All this other stuff because she thought he was with Selena, which he wasn't. They was just friends. She thought all this stuff, so she conjured up before he divorces me or gets another baby. I'm gonna use all these tactics. He loves his daughter more than he loves himself, so he keep getting convinced to go back. But now it's gonna be set up. Hopefully she got the restraining order to where he can't never go back. Where he can't even talk to her on the phone unless they make an arrangements for their daughter. And that's it. So, and like I said, Dre and Andre is a handful. They're spoiled. They're very spoiled. It's they way or the highway because that's just the way it's been since they was little, and they're very hard to deal with. So I understand where she coming from as a woman, but not when you start doing the malicious, vindictive stuff. You ain't got to do all of that. He would have stayed there until that child at least was 18 years old. You had 18 years to just try to love him without all the strings attached and all the policing and shit. You still ain't gonna be able to get a man together. You see, when he wanted to go out, he went out, and this what happened when you sneak out. You shouldn't be having to sneak out.
So now, according to what we're hearing from both you and Karletta, it's been a history of things that have just snowballed into this situation that's happened where now he's where he is.
Not only that, when they went live before and she had the bruises on her legs, her students beat the shit out of her, okay? Because she's a behavior specialist. She's not allowed to sue them. She's not allowed to put them in jail. Sometimes if they go too far, they'll take them. But she fights for a living. This is what she gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for every day. She fights for a living. Okay? She fights young black males for a living. 14,
Word.
15 years old. Okay, she coming home with bruises on her shins. So her trying to fight somebody and then play victim as a white woman is nothing. This her lifestyle.
Hold on,
This is
I'm
her
not gonna let
job.
you do that. She will not fight her students. She puts them in physical strengths that are
I'm
certified
saying,
by the state
yeah,
of California.
exactly.
So,
That's
but
what I
but you
mean.
can't
That's
say the
still
word
fighting.
fight. You can't say the word fight because then people's gonna take that word for it, and then now it makes you not believable, not relatable. She uses a certified restraint to restrain disobedient children.
She's
That is,
correct.
it's a
She's
certain
correct.
thing.
There you go. She's correct. She's correct. But she does it well, and she has perfected that technique.
And she's been doing it for years.
So she know how I wouldn't even get into it with her because I would be scared. She knows some shit. Okay, she done showed us she knows some shit.
So now, with that being known, with all the stuff that's been going on, I'm trying to understand why is Dre staying with her? And I guess that's something he would only be able to answer.
Because that's the way he gets to spend time with his daughter. That's the only way. She's not. You saw when I had her, she was gonna go to court and say, make up some stuff, and I got text messages. She was gonna go to court and make up stuff to get her baby back. When the police said that's the day they was at court. I had me and him had the baby for a whole month. I was babysitting while he was going to work at LA Fitness. He worked there for 6 months.
And she was calling to Georgia talking about he kidnapped her baby and calling me and Nikki, and we was trying to see how we could figure out how to get some type of mediation between them. And then come to find out she gave him the Dre. And that's when I stopped dealing with her. Because you had me believing that this man kidnapped your baby and his mama is holding your baby hostage. And here it is, you agreed to it and then changed your
Changed your
mind because
mind
you
because
thought
she
he was
saw
gonna
because
come
she saw
home.
Selena on an episode.
Now this is new to me because I thought that she was being held against her will
No,
also.
no, she wasn't. And when me and Nikki found out that he didn't kidnap her, you was just mad because you thought he was fucking off with a bitch and had your daughter with he was fucking off with a bitch. You turned it into this. That's when I quit dealing with her.
Well, I mean, she also said that you told her to give him Benadryl, so that's why she gave him the Benadryl, so he would be too tired to go out with Blueface and the Blueface party.
And
So,
Carlissa, you and I
not
already
to
talked
mention,
about
y'all,
that, and I told you she fucking lied. And
my
I told
son
you
had
how
been
smart and
Benadryl.
clever that was.
My son had been Benadryl just so he don't go out with Blueface. He wake up, he done slept through the whole shit. He don't know what happened. And she told me she had to give him Benadryl to calm him down because he kept hollering and screaming all day.
and and and
Now I'm
and,
assuming
and,
that she
and
told me because
but But we
if he
already
called
talked
me and he
about
said
that
he
when we was cool. When we was cool, we talked about that, and I told you that the way she presented it to me had nothing to do with her Andre going to sleep or not going out with John. She said he was having allergies and allergic reaction, and she asked me could he take Benadryl, and I was like, yeah, he can take Benadryl, not knowing she was gonna give him the shit so that he couldn't go out with Jonathan.
Wow.
So don't
This
sit up
is
there and try
girl,
to say
my
I
son been
told her to give
Benadryl
him
for
no
a whole
fucking
month and
Benadryl.
he don't even know why he tired. And the lady told me that my sister told her just give him some Benadryl and that'll put his ass out. She started doing it regularly. This nigga is losing his mind because he don't know why he tired. He don't know
now,
why he drowsy.
Carlissa, as a mom, I know that this has to be heavy on you. I know it does because you're watching stuff go on and things happen, and one son is in, one son is coming out, one son is going in. I know that this is heavy on you. Can I just ask you, how come you don't speak to that? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of mothers out here. I'm one of them going through it. And you have a lot of wisdom you have inside of you that you can share that people would like to hear. And I know that this is not easy for you. It can't be.
I don't think it's not easy, but when you've been doing it since your son was 16, you just kind of like I'm numb. I'm literally like when I pray, y'all, I literally get down on my knees and I say, I don't even know what to pray for. Whatever you want, that's my prayer. So when you start praying like that, it's God's will, and I have to accept whatever His will is. When I get here, whatever He decides, I gotta accept it. Cause I'm tired of begging. I'm tired of begging God. I'm tired of asking Him every day about these badass kids that I gave all my everything to. I was at every game. I was at every function. I was the parent in the car sleep with the book so the gang members couldn't get her child. I wasn't the parent at home drunk having a good fucking life. In spite of what everybody tells y'all. Krishan knows I was in that restaurant working for free. I didn't make a fucking dollar. I put all my money that I was supposed to get paid back into the restaurant. Everything I do is for them to try to excel for their kids. So when you say, are you do you feel I'm numb? I get down and last night and after my fast, that was my prayer. That's what I told God. I don't even know what to ask no more. I'm tired of begging you.
Well,
I can understand.
I feel like I'm saying the same prayer over and over and over and over again. And even Callie tries to blame me like, oh, you over there talking about she can't talk to her baby and this is what's happening to my brothers. Bitch, I'm at war about my goddamn kids. Fuck is you
well,
talking about?
well, let me
And I
ask this.
have feelings and I have emotions
Mhm.
too. So when you can't tell me, ha ha, nana and a boo boo, you don't talk to your son, a son that I C-sectioned, a son that I didn't miss a day of fucking life. Yeah, his father popped in and out, but we all know Jonathan Daddy wasn't there. Not
Well,
like he should have been.
well, I'm gonna say this to you. I know that I'm a blogger, and I know that some of the things that I've said may have touched you the wrong way, rubbed you the wrong way. And I did not do the nanny nanny boo boo thing until my son was brought up. But I really started looking at the situation because I'm a mom. My son is doing 25 years and he didn't kill anybody. He was wrong people, wrong place, choosing to participate in shit he knew he shouldn't have. And so, like I was speaking yesterday, he called and I was live and I broke down because there's a hole in a mother's heart that she wakes up and goes to sleep with every day and every night. And so for me, like I said, when I said I'm getting ready to change the direction and how I do this because I need to take this more seriously, this is one of the things that I'm going to be changing my direction in, because that's something I don't want to play with, because I am a mother and I do know that pain and I do know those prayers and I do know the frustration that you get with God when you on your knees praying. I do know the frustration that you get when you fast and asking for a miracle and you end up getting slapped in the face with something else, and then you got to understand that this is not your walk, not your lesson. I understand that. So I really just wanted to understand, like, how do you, like, how are you handling this? Because we never hear that. What we see is, and that's why I said when this situation happened with Dre, I'm like, is this why you were online Saturday the way that you were? Because you were already triggered, you were already emotional, you were already hurt, you were already. And I'm really, as a mom, I'm
I
talking to
was,
you as
I
a
was
mom,
more,
not a
I was
content
more,
creator.
I was more triggered when I heard that I hung up on my son, and I didn't care
And
because
I
I
can,
got that call, and she called me, and she sounds just like Krishan. She didn't call me before and say, "Can you talk to your son? Your son's having a moment. Can you talk to him? Can you try to help us?" Like she normally does. I got that call when the police wrapped him up and took him, and that call. Let me tell you what she said. Dre's in jail. I said, "Okay, thank you," and I hung up that phone.
mhm.
That was the end of our conversation. I didn't ask her what happened, how it happened, because I already begged him not to go back there. My dad already begged him not to go back there. She's uncomfortable when she thinks that you're thriving and you're moving on without her, but the whole time he was out there, he was working. My dad said he didn't even get a piece of pussy. And I don't know if I could say that on this channel or not, but
Fine.
that's what my dad said. So you did all this, and he didn't go out there and do shit but go to work.
Well, Carlissa, let me ask you this. Why does every situation you tie back to Krishan?
Because they like that they have this thing where I know how it feels to want your parent or want a parent like your spouse have that's coming for you no matter what. Because my friends, when my dad has came for some of my friends before, so I know how they feel, and I know that they're jealous of that, but they still love me, but I know they jealous. I know that we got to call my dad, we always got to call my dad. So I know what that feels like for some of my closest friends, and they have told me years later that that these were things that broke their heart not being able to call their dad. I have that same feeling not being able to call my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I know what Krishan is going through times two. Because even though she can call her parents, she can't really call her parents like most people could call their parents. Like Blue and John gonna call their parents. Like I'm on this motherfucking freeway for 5 hours, and and I got the bag when I get here, and I've been doing this the whole time. Because regardless, I'm gonna keep helping you try to get up as long as you can. If God give you another chance to get up, I'm going to keep trying to help you get up. No, I'm not about to go down here and tell you you did the right thing, and I'm going to tell you fucked up. When he called me from jail and he's like, "Mom, I fucked up again. I shouldn't have went back there." Yeah, you fucked up again. But you know what? God's mercy. And I see you when I see you in court. I didn't pamper him. "Oh, it's gonna be okay. You should have did this." No, nigga, we here, we in it. We gonna see what they talking about.
Hmm.
So when I say that, I hate the fact that she knows when this this is God's honest truth on all my kids. When we was in that restaurant, I was like, "Ooh, look at God." I had so much faith. She ain't tell you this. Jonathan Daddy was begging her. Like literally, like Karlissa's not that person. She really give a fuck about us, the kids. She's trying to help us. Just so y'all know, me and Jonathan Daddy don't have no beef, but we'll talk our shit. But we gonna talk about our son at the end of the day. What's best for him?
Hmm.
Just so y'all know, we don't have no motherfucking beef. And she heard us say that, and that probably triggered her. That was what her trigger was like, "Is y'all faking?" No, we talk our shit. It be real shit. We say how we feel, but at the end of the day, we talk about our son. We love our son. You see where I'm coming from? So
Hmm.
I think that she felt a way because Jonathan has both his parents sitting here. We ain't finna fight, and he's begging for her to let me in. He's begging for her. She knows she really fucked with the baby. She really fucked with all of us. That's what he was saying at that table. Go back and listen to the live and listen to what his dad is saying while she's on live. That was irking her that he was saying that. And that let me know that you like this division. You want this division. And
I
every
don't.
But why would she want to allow that when you have said some of the things that are blatantly disgusting about her and her child? Why would she?
girl,
And this is not me being combative.
Krishan kicked me in my motherfucking face till my motherfucking eye still don't work. She lucky. That's all I do.
So now wait a minute. Hold. If you said, and going back to the beginning, you said that you understand where she's coming from times two. So if you understand where
Every
she's
single
coming
time
from,
I have tried to talk to her, she want to turn it into I should kick you again. That's not a person that wants to try to reconcile. There's no type of way to reconcile with her. Tasiki went there to reconcile.
the thing
She
is,
turned into a child molester. So now I got to be worried. If we do reconcile, is it because she going to want me to watch the baby and then I'm going to be a child molester tomorrow? You know how many fears and how many woes I have now,
but
even
see,
thinking about moving forward?
but see,
But she
that's the
probably has.
thing right
Go
there
ahead,
that
Henny.
people can't wrap their heads around, because at the end of the day, it's like we saw what happened when you went to go visit the
You
baby.
saw her
We
when she went
saw
off on Letrice for no reason. Now
Letrice.
Imagine Letrice loving John. That shit would have been turned all the way if she's about to cuss your motherfucking ass out for just for saying Krishan. You
Huh?
started begging. You
I
started
don't.
begging.
Not
I'm
she.
like you. I'm just like you. Oh
She
no, no, no. I'm just like you.
Okay, but wait,
And
wait,
I
wait, wait,
don't
wait.
have the patience to do all that begging.
Who's Latrice? Don't put
She
me in the
not talking
car
about
list.
you,
I
Treese.
don't know who
Got
she
the
was
name
talking
messed
to.
up.
Who one of y'all started begging? They sent it to me. I
Situation with
seen it.
Who?
I seen she
Who
was
was
about to pipe
begging?
up on one of y'all ass.
he was.
Wh-
Who?
She for
Who
sure
was
was
it?
about.
Because it.
She was for sure about to get in one of y'all
One that-
ass.
The one that called the
Now
baby.
imagine if you loved my son. She would have
Wait a minute.
really let you have
Hold on,
it.
Well, see,
Carlissa. I
here's
need to
the
know
thing.
what she's
Wait,
talking about.
wait. So
Y'all
here's the
gonna play
thing.
dumb, and this
Mute
why
her. Mute
this
her. She
this
not
why
gonna.
y'all don't
Mm-mm.
help her. This why
No,
y'all
here's
don't
the
help
thing.
her. Cause y'all
No,
Carlissa,
want
we
to
we don't
have
even
baby
know what
her.
helped
you're
She
her.
don't
talking
need
about.
baby.
We have
Y'all want to
helped
baby
her.
her. She don't need baby. She know
No,
exactly
Carlissa,
what she's doing.
you be saying
No.
some rogue, off the wall stuff, and you don't take accountability.
And the thing is,
If
we
I say
watched.
Okay, so
anything,
wait,
if
Uh,
wait,
I
wait,
say
wait, wait,
anything,
okay,
wait, wait, Henny Ho. If your beef is with Krishan, why do you gotta talk about her baby? Your beef is with her.
why
Why
the
are
fuck
you,
she,
girl?
why the
You,
fuck she talking about my baby? Why
because
the
your
fuck she
baby is
talking
who
about
your
my
she's
baby?
baby
with
is an
and he's
adult that can
doing
I
talk
stuff,
don't
about
give a fuck.
himself. He
I
but
can
don't
he's
give
defend
a
himself.
fuck.
You
grown.
My
sound
baby
retarded,
is in
bitch.
jail
You
too.
sound
You
He's
crazy.
sound
right. Your
retarded,
son
Henny.
is
This
That's
is
fine.
where
incarcerated.
Say
this is
how you
where
feel.
you
That,
are a fucking bitch. You need a
I,
helmet for real.
I
Because at
do.
this point, John
I
is a
do. I'm sure
motherfucking
I
adult.
do.
She
For
can go
sure
back and
I
forth
do.
with a fucking adult.
For
But for you
sure
to
I
talk about a
do.
1-year-old child, bitch, you
For
sick.
sure
You
I
And
fucked
need a
that's the
yourself in the
helmet.
part.
For
head with your
sure I need a
And
retarded
helmet. You
ass.
know why I
and
need a
that's the
helmet? You know why I need a helmet? Because I told her
Cause
I'm
you
not.
fuck, cause she kicked
Hold
you in
on.
your
You know why
face.
I need a
You need
helmet?
a helmet cause
Because
she kicked you in your
I
face.
told her
You
I'm
need a
not gonna
helmet because
clean.
she kicked you in your face. You simple
No, no,
minded
no,
bitch.
no, no,
You
no.
need a
That's not why I
helmet
need a
because she
helmet.
kicked you in your fucking
No,
face.
that's not why I
You
need a
need a
helmet.
helmet because she
I need a
kicked you in your
helmet.
motherfucking face.
I need a helmet because when I tried to tell her calmly in a manner and from a child to an
There's
adult,
nothing that you can say to
why are
justify
you
why you
why
talk
they didn't
about a
ask me, they
1-year-old
asked me.
baby.
They
It's
didn't
nothing
ask me,
you
they
can
asked.
say to
First of all, I
justify why
haven't
you
said
talk about a
anything.
1-year-old
First of all,
baby.
what did I say about her baby? That she can't talk
Carlissa,
to
are
him
you
either?
serious
that he
right
needs
now?
a helmet and a kickstand, and
You
you
said
said
No,
his
all
not
eyes
kind
were
of
anything.
things.
going this way and that way. See, the thing is, wait,
I'm
listen. The
done.
thing is,
I'm done.
Karlissa, you have people in your chat that have pictures of your grandson that are photoshopped, that go into comment sections and into other people's places and spaces and talk bad about him. So now when we see them over in your live and you're repeating things that they've been saying, it's like you're fueling them and you're giving them a confirmation to keep going. There's people that have whole pages dedicated to just dragging your grandson. So
And
it's like when
also
we see that,
dragging the other kids too, correct?
no, I don't know
Yes, you
anything about
got
that
I've
you.
because
never
I
seen the
don't drag
pages.
the other kids. I don't drag
Hey,
none
you
of the
came up
kids.
on this platform. We thought you was gonna be real. You want to still play
Girl, this is
delusional
not your
slow?
platform. Relax. If
You
y'all
want to
want me
still
to
play
leave, I will
delusional
leave.
or slow?
If y'all want
Is
me to leave, I will
So
fucking
leave.
weird.
wait,
If you
whoa.
want
At
me to
the
get
end of
off,
the
I'll get
day,
off.
you
If
can
you want,
stay. At the end of the day,
whoever's platform is, if you want me to get off, just let me know. I'll hang up.
What she wants you to do is be real. Tell the truth.
that I just
Girl,
want to
I'm
know what.
always real. I'm always
No, because
real.
when you okay, so you say that you love your grandson and all of that, but when you do those narratives, it gives them fuel to keep going. And that to me, that's what really, like, I'm like, why would she talk about her grandson like this? Like, he's a 1-year-old baby who is
First of
innocent. He
all,
didn't ask to
first of
be here.
all, first of all, the helmet thing was people making fun of him, and I said, did I not say I'll wear a helmet with him? Y'all took that as
No,
she's
no, no,
saying he
No,
no.
got to
you
wear.
just say don't
We're
talk about
talking
my
about
grandson.
when you were angry and you
I said
said
if something's wrong and he needs a helmet, I will wear the helmet with him.
that's what you
Because
said
that
the
is the
first
type of
time.
grandmother that I am. So if he had to wear a helmet, we would get 2 helmets. That's what I said, but y'all turned it into something else.
No, 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 no,
Yes or
because you got
no?
angry. No, we heard
Yes
that
or
part,
no?
but then you got
Wait, just
angry.
yes or no? Yes or no,
We
Henny?
heard that part. We heard
But you
that
turned
part.
it into something else,
No,
though.
we did not, because you said when you were angry and you were going off
You
about
knew when you put
Krishan,
out. You
you
knew when you
said
put out.
the
Hold on.
baby has a helmet and a
You knew when
kickstand.
you put out that Dre child abused his child. You already knew that wasn't true. You knew
First of
that
all, I
wasn't true.
never said that he child abused his
Oh
child.
my
What you not
God.
going to do is get up here and spin a narrative on me, ma'am.
That now see
That
this
is
you
not what I
fucking now
said.
now
See, the
no
thing is, right now, accountability
girl.
is being
I
held,
don't.
and you got your camera
I
blacked out,
don't
but I
know
know
who
you
said it
still
clip.
here. At the
So
end of
which
wait, wait,
one?
wait. At the end of the day, that's not what I said, because I could play the clip for you, because that's what
Okay,
we
so
not
which
gonna
one of
do.
y'all said it? Because I don't know who's who.
I never said that because I didn't even go live about it.
Hold
Huh?
on,
Hold
hold
on,
on,
which
because
one of
I'm
them
about to
said it?
pull. I'm about to pull the video up
Boy.
for you. Cause see, that's the other thing. You got people sending you stuff and
Which
they'll
one of
clip
them
it up.
said it?
I'm
None
about
of
to
us
play
said
it
that.
for you. I'm
None
about
of
to
us.
play the clip for you because that's not what was said. That is not what was said.
None of us said that.
Hold on. Present.
You don't
Yeah,
take
no.
accountability.
Not
That's the
me.
problem.
Not me.
This is a
Not me.
deflect. This
This
she
is what I
deflecting right
said.
now.
This is
She
what this
deflecting
is
right
what
here.
I said right here. Now, this is what Andre has been arrested for. Okay, and I'm gonna explain what these charges actually mean if you don't know what they mean. So
But you did know what they
infliction of
meant.
corporal
You knew
injury
exactly.
on spouse cohabitant. I said, okay, I'm gonna explain this if you don't know what they mean. Because not everybody that's in here is from California and they don't understand California law. Not only that, the age range of people that watch my channel goes from about 15 all the way up to 65 and plus. So I said, if you don't know what that means, and I went into explaining, and I even explained what the charge was for the willful cruelty to a child, which meant that him and Katie had a DV situation and the baby was there. I
Okay,
never
so
said that Andre abused
what
his
did the other
child.
lady call it? What did the other lady call it? What the other lady say?
I don't know what
No,
any
fuck
other
the
lady
other
said.
lady.
I could
No,
only tell
hold
you
on,
what
Henny.
I
Fuck the
said.
other lady.
And
Hold
you
on,
said
Henny. Hold
I
on,
It's
Henny.
said
three
that.
people on
Hold on,
here.
Henny. Hold on, Henny. Fuck the other lady. Initially, you said Henny did it. So if you don't
I
have,
don't
this
know.
is the
I don't.
problem.
These are your
This is the
friends. I
problem
don't
with
know these
social
people.
media has with
These are
you.
your friends.
You
I don't
just
know
be
who's who.
running your fucking duck lips without fact checking. You just go, you just spiral out like you off
Y'all want me to leave or
medicine.
y'all want to let her keep being
You just
disrespectful?
spiral
And
off
see, the
like you
thing,
off
Y'all want me to leave or
medicine.
y'all want her to be y'all want to get her together?
no,
Which
here's
one
Get
do
the
me
you want
thing.
to
together.
do?
Bitch, who gonna get
Because
me together?
we not finna
Here's the
You
start
get
thing.
me
calling
together.
names.
You
We
Wait,
get
not
me
finna
Letta.
start
together.
calling names.
Hold
You
I
on,
didn't
get
come
me
here
Letta.
for that.
together.
I
You
I
got
get
didn't
it.
me
come here for
together.
that bullshit. So
You
I know
get me
you
you
didn't,
want
but
to
together.
at
get
the
her
end of the day,
together?
I
Y'all
didn't
got
You
let you
just
up for you to
3 seconds.
lie
lie.
on
You
me
You
got
either.
3
lie.
seconds
That's
to
the
get her
thing. You
together.
keep lying. You
We
get
got
me
3
together.
seconds to get
Then
her
don't
together,
try
and
to
then I'm
use
gonna
them.
go.
You
Because
get me
what we're not
together.
gonna do is call
You get
names.
me together. You get me together. You get me
You
together.
here's the thing. You came up here and you made
Fucking
an
weirdo.
accusation against me, and you were
I
wrong
didn't make
about
an
that.
accusation. I asked you which one of y'all put it out
No, no,
that
the
there was
first
a child abuse.
at first you said when you
I
said
don't
my
know.
son
First of
child
all, I don't
abused.
know who's who.
Well, I'm
Boy.
telling you, I'm the one that went and did the video, and I responsibly explained what those charges meant, and I even went as far.
I never heard the explain.
Well,
All I
see,
got was what y'all posted.
I posted a clip from my live that said, "Let's not spin the narrative." Which let me put back up here. Do you see this? It
Yeah, but
says,
what did
"Let's
you
be
put
very
first before
clear."
that? Before you explained it, when you first put it out, what was it?
That's exactly a clip from when I first put it out, when I explained everything. You want me to? I'll play it for you. Let me play it in its
No, no, no.
entirety.
You don't have to play it because
I
maybe it's not you that I'm
explained.
speaking about.
Okay, well, I explained.
I know there's like 3 or 4 of y'all.
Well, I explained to the people exactly what those charges meant. I did not come up here irresponsibly or half cocked and spin a narrative on
You
Dre.
know what? Then I appreciate that, and I apologize if I accused you of that and it wasn't you. But you
Okay.
know exactly what I'm talking about, though.
I don't know who said it. I just know that I woke up and people were saying it. I saw your post that said Dre did not abuse his child. When I
Right.
saw that post,
I
I
should have
put
never
that
had to
clip
say
out.
that because none of the other T pages put that out. Except for these T pages over here, right? There's another one there's another one of y'all, the chocolate one too, right?
Well, she's
There's
not
like
over
three or
here.
four of y'all.
Yeah, but
There's
I never
way
put
more
that
than
out.
that that's out there, just so you know. But Treese never posted it.
I
I
never
posted it,
posted
and
that.
I spoke to Karletta, and Karletta was like, "I know you're gonna run it right," and I
Yeah, I
did,
never
and I
posted it.
did not disrespect or dishonor
And
what it was that I was
Faith
doing.
did say that Karletta, one of y'all was Karletta's friend. So I don't know which one that is.
Both of them is my
Both of
friends.
us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and I never posted that.
So you see how very
so this
easily.
is your friend, and she was, and you didn't even know she was plotting on your nephew, and you didn't even know. That's your friend.
Where are you getting this from? Here you go again.
I just thought
You
you
gotta
said
live
you
in
didn't
delusional
know. I
land.
thought you said you didn't know that your nephew was in jail,
You're living in
and then
delusional
you
land.
gave them permission to
Plotting
put it
on my
out
nephew.
because
It's the
somebody
extra
else was gonna
words.
put it
Here's
out.
where the fucking problem comes in at. It's the extra words. If you want to talk and talk facts, talk facts. Don't use extra words. Stop exaggerating shit.
But
Plotting on my friend. When did I say plotting on
hold
me?
on, hold
When
on,
did
hold on.
I
You
ever
know
say
what it
plotting?
is? You know what it is? This is what I've been talking about. You got people relaying messages to you, and they're not even relaying it properly to you. They're taking a little clip of something, sending it to you, and saying, "See, this is what she said," and then you're getting a misrepresentation of what is going on. So that's the same thing that we were saying. Like when you come on and you going off and you saying this and saying that, a lot of times we're sitting there looking like
Well,
that's
I
not
cleared
even
it
what
up.
happened.
Either way it goes, I cleared it up that he didn't do anything to his child after the narrative made all the audience think that Dre spazzed out on his child. But
Well,
I
let's
cleared it
clear
up.
up why you speak the things that you say about your
About the
grandson.
baby.
Let's clear that up.
I
And
honestly
don't
don't.
deflect.
I honestly don't. I honestly don't have a reason, a rhyme, a reason of why I say things when I'm angry that I say to that particular person because I know the whole inside of all of it, and y'all don't. And maybe my anger does come off at times, when somebody tell you nana and the boo boo, you can't talk to your son. And my mission right now is for you not to be able to see your grandkids, knowing that my grandkids are truly happy when they get a chance to take a break from their parents. All of them, because we all know what it's like on single mother shit, and you don't get to get all of that goo goo gaga that you get with your grandma. So why would you want to take that from his kids? And it just makes me think that you don't even really fucking like my son, because why would you want that for his kids, for them not to have the moments that they're having, just to make yourself feel better?
So,
No,
Carlissa,
ma'am.
let me ask you this:
So when
if
I say
you,
things, I'm saying things from a hurt place also. So when I say
I understand that.
when you say nana and a boo boo, you can't talk to your son. That's why you don't talk to your son. Your son don't fuck with you. Then I might say something back. Well, your son don't can't talk to you either.
But you was
But that's
talking
to
about
But
the
let her
wait,
baby
know.
before.
That's
You was talking
also
about
to
the
ho,
let
baby
ho,
her
ho, ho.
before
know.
she said nanny
Hold
Wait,
nanny
wait,
on,
wait,
boo
let
ho,
me
boo.
ho,
finish
ho, ho, ho,
talking
ho.
or I'm gonna go. Let me finish talking or I'm gonna go.
Let me.
What I say is
Bye.
to let her know everything that you trying to put me and my son through. You have a son now too. You should be thinking about that.
So now let me ask you this, Carlissa: if you had someone
Girl,
reverse the
Andre
roles,
ain't even allowed to
reverse the
talk to me.
roles,
Y'all know what he is.
reverse the roles. Reverse the roles. Would you allow your child? And don't say yes because it's you. Be honest with it about if you really would. Because me as a mom, I wouldn't let my kid around no grandma that speaks ill of him
I'm gonna be
at
honest
all.
with you. After the way she did her sister, I would be afraid to be around her son.
But I'm
Afraid.
asking you, if you were in that position and the grandmother was online saying things that were hurtful, mean spirited, out of anger, whatever, frustration, if they were talking about your child and dragging your child through the mud, and that's the grandmother,
I
would you
haven't
be
asked
comfortable?
her for her son. She
But
knows that.
no, no. The question is, would you be comfortable with allowing your child to go to that person's house knowing that this person has fed people false narratives about your child's health conditions and picked at him, his eyes going this way and all? You said, would you let your child go to that grandparent's house?
There's no reason she should ever want her child to go to my house if she don't like me.
No, no. The question
She
is,
don't even know me.
would you want your child to be around
No,
a person who?
absolutely not.
So then, can you understand why she's not letting you around the baby?
I have never tried. Where are you getting that from?
I'm not saying you've ever tried, but one of the things that you are saying is that she won't let me around the child. And I know
I'm
that
not
that's a
talking
trigger for
about,
you.
no. I've never said she won't let me because I have not tried. I have not tried to be around her child. And for the simple fact that, just like everybody else, I would be terrified to be around her child because of the way her thought process works.
And she's probably terrified to have the child around you
Around.
as well. This is
And that's
Hold
totally
on, hold on, hold on,
understandable.
hold on. But she still never answered the question as to why she's talking about this child. And don't say because Krishan told you, Nana Nana Boo Boo, you can't see your son, you can't talk to your son, because you was
Sometimes
talking
when
about
I'm
her
in my
baby
feelings, I
long
let her
before
have.
that. You was
Sometimes I
talking about
admit
her baby long before that.
Sometimes, sometimes y'all, like she said, they made up the helmet thing. That's not what I said.
no, I
There
never
when
said
people
that. You
That's
did.
not
You
the
said
only
the
thing
helmet
that
and
when
the
said
people
though.
kickstand.
when people are in my comments saying your grandson gonna wear a helmet or something like that, yep, we gonna wear a helmet together. They will take that and spin it a whole nother way. The only thing that I have said that my heart was probably not in the right place and was offended and angry at the whole setback because I thought we was making progress when we was all sitting in the restaurant having a good conversation. Me, Krishan, John's dad, the young lady that was with her, that was never put out. Y'all never even saw that. We was having a good conversation. We was having a moment. So when I left there and I saw that it was a fake moment, I did. I lashed out and was like, I'm sitting there and I do. I feel some type of way looking at my grandson and I see something and it hurts my heart too that this is what's being said by her family members that's been with the baby as to what the problem is. So yes, I went through a lot of different stages of like, oh, I'm blaming her. I went through stages where I was blaming John. I went through my stages and I let her have it. I'm just gonna go, but you guys are welcome to call me when you want to like have some dialogue where there's somebody not
Well,
trying
when
to get
they
the
call,
child and
when they call you,
really wants the
when
real.
they call you,
That's
I
really
hope that
been
you will
involved
really
firsthand
be
this whole
honest
time. If you
and
want to
not
put
be
things
sitting up
up
here
there,
lying
I'm gonna
and
hang
not
up.
sit
If
up
you
here and
want,
lie. I hope
okay,
that when
I'll
they
see you
really
guys. You
call
guys
you,
have a blessed
you
day.
tell the
So
Okay.
wait,
truth.
Carlissa, before
Uh,
you go,
She gone.
damn,
She didn't
before
want
because
she
to
went,
answer
I
this,
wanted
and
to
we
that's
was
talk
fine
to
finished.
because
her.
Should
I
have
went
listened to
and
me the
found
whole
it.
time. She'd have been great. Nope, she decided to listen to y'all. Now she on TV with my baby looking like he ain't got no kickstand. Yep, I said it. Yep, I'm mad about it. Yep, I don't give a fuck about y'all, what y'all say no more. I don't give a
She left before I could even play the clip for her.
She ain't leave. She just dropped down off of the panel, but she's still in the comments. And at the end of the day, she wasn't gonna answer your question anyway. Like, and when you invite her back when I'm not here, please make sure she tell the truth and answer the fucking questions.
Mhm.
She's never gonna do that.
She's
She's
never going to answer the
deflecting the
We've
whole
question.
already
time.
watched
And
it.
then and I let her talk, and I'm just doing this. Get to the fucking point because you still just lying. You're lying and you're lying and you're
Yeah.
lying. And I'm sorry, but I wasn't finna sit up here with all of these fucking followers in here that's been waiting on these answers for you to
Yep.
sit up here and shit on us and fucking lie in our face like we delusional.
Well,
Because
I
I
watched it
really
in
want.
real time. I
Yep.
watched it in real time. The narrative spun
Yep.
against me.
Right.
I'm just sitting here like, what?
Well, I wanted her to. I really wanted to talk to her because.
Hold. Let me say this to the people before
Okay,
you
go
go,
ahead.
Letrice.
Go
It's
ahead.
one thing to watch something happen. It's another thing to experience it.
Yeah.
She said she gonna go live with Faith and finish. Yeah, go on over there, go live with Faith and finish, so that you can tell all of your retarded ass. I'm sorry, all of your window lickers.
Well, I'm blocked on
you,
Faith's page, and I was never blocked on
but
Faith's page before because I never go over there and say anything to Faith to
oh,
bother her.
oh, you're blocked because
So, I
you're
mean,
the
if you
blogger
want
that
us
said
to
her
see
son
what you
was.
about to say, you got to unblock us. And you
Listen,
know what? Right now, I know there's people like, oh, Henny, you ain't get her, you ain't get her. No, it was good for her to show
Yeah.
herself
We
raw
asked the
and in
questions.
rare form. We asked the questions we
Right.
know y'all wanted to hear, and those were the answers that y'all got.
Right.
So
And
there's nothing else that can be said or done at this point in time. I don't, she said, call me when you want to have another conversation.
I would
I'll
love to.
take her up on that and I'll sit and have a conversation with Karlissa
Listen,
because
Henny.
I mean, but I'm going to have to be very well rested.
Listen, Henny and Trees. Let me say this. The reason that she wanted me to drop down is because I was calling her out on her shit. Because y'all can't call her out on y'all shit because y'all, plenty. Henny, this is your platform, and you have to be professional.
Oh, I
I don't
can't
have to be
turn this off.
professional. And I said, I uniquely yours. I said the disclaimer. I'll get up here as
No,
long as she
uniquely
get up
was
here.
dropping that disclaimer, girl. Thank
Hey,
you.
yes, uniquely gonna ask what happened to the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes went out the window when she started fucking lying and she started pretending like she didn't know who the fuck who was. Man, you mean to tell me you couldn't tell the difference between Henny and any other blogger or Treese and any other blogger? Then you tried to deflect and say, isn't that your friend that put the narrative out there that your nephew was in jail?
I don't know who said what, and I'm being honest with that. And I said
Nobody
she's
said
not
that.
here. If
You
she
or
was here,
Treese.
she could have easily hollered, dropped the link, and I would have let her come up. But at the end of the day, my thing is this: we got to see it raw, real, and in real time
right.
unfold. And I will reach out and attempt again and see what happens. I
Hmm.
tried to be as respectful as possible. I allowed her to talk and say things. I So let me tell you something. As soon as you get a moment out of her, she go this way. She
Uh-huh.
don't want you to see that side
And I
because that
thought that
side started coming out, and then she just and went
Bro,
I
right
was
back in.
respectful.
stop.
I
She's an
I was
actress.
respectful
Stop.
because this is
She's an
Henny's
actress.
platform.
She's an actress. She has literally been
I'm not gonna
extras
say
in
that
movies.
she don't have no emotions or feelings
I'm
towards
not
her
saying she don't
Right.
have
son
no
being in
emotions,
jail.
but
Absolutely.
Like,
she
I'm
know
not
how
gonna
to
say
turn them
that.
on and turn them off. She has emotions. A lot of that stuff when I was letting her talk because I knew that it was the truth. She know
Yes.
how to turn it on and turn it off.
Well, that's the thing that I'm saying. She went right back in. As soon as it started coming out, she went right back in and went this way with it and won't let that side out. So at the end of the day, we did not really get an answer except for she
Mm-mm.
flashing out of anger, out of hurt, and it's why she says what she says about the baby.
Go away.
Um,
Hey,
And this is what I
that's
wanted to
something that I
say.
don't think anybody's ever really going to get a true solid answer out of,
Right.
but if you take anything else away from this, take this away that she did admit that she herself would not allow her child to be around a person that was talking about her child in
Mm-hmm.
that manner. So that's
and
it.
then where it went left is because she got up here thinking that we was gonna keep this about Andre
Mm-hmm.
and keep this about that situation.
And I threw in that little wrench.
And when you threw in that monkey wrench, and then I was like, it
Mm-hmm.
it was over with.
It was over with.
That's when she switched into who she is on social media.
The
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got
character,
a few minutes of who she is as a parent.
the
The part that
character.
I be telling y'all that no, she really for her kids. She really for
No,
her
no, no,
kids.
no,
She
no.
not
What
doing
I'm
it for
saying is she went from that to the character.
correct. That's why I said she's an actress.
Mm-hmm. She is. And the last thing I want to say is what I was going to say before she hung up is she says she keeps crying out to God and she's getting no answer. Well, you know what? Faith without works is dead.
That
And it
part.
also comes in the fact of how you treat people. You can't continue to do the same things and expect different results. So you're crying out to
Listen to
God to
listen
be
to y'all.
merciful on your
Mhm.
children, but you are clearly mistreating and being nasty to people. What you gotta also remember what you're giving out. You're giving out nastiness and this just putting all kind of mess into the air, into the atmosphere. But you're expecting God to just rain blessings upon you. You got to look at that.
And see, if I was really being petty, I when she was being all emotional, I wanted to say, but I held I restrained. uniquely yours while you asking where was my 5 minutes. I'm not ever letting that go. I held
Well, come
restraint
up. If you said
instead
you
of
didn't
saying
say that, Karlissa, come up. You
instead of
said
I
saying
was
you did.
hoping she would have stayed up because this is the clip right here, and we know that she's in here. So, Karlissa, this is what we were talking
You
about. We
did say
didn't
that.
send no narrative about you saying anything about the baby with a kickstand. You said it, so I'm gonna play it to remind you.
Versus listen to a bitch with a husband. She could have listened to me the whole time. She'd have been great. Nope, she decided to listen to y'all. Now she on TV with my baby looking like he ain't got no kickstand. Yep, I said it. Yep, I'm mad about it. Yep, I don't give a fuck about y'all, what y'all say no more. I don't give a fuck about you, your mammy, your bald-headed granny. Get on here and say I talk about my grandkids. I talk about them all. I talk about my raggedy ass, good for nothing ass kids too. I talk about them all. They mine. Guess what? If she go to jail and the lawyer and the people call me, I gotta go get the motherfucker and put the helmet on and walk around with the kickstand, baby. Yep, I do. And yep, I still would be proud. I would. I wouldn't give a fuck. Don't none of y'all move me, rule me. You can't tell me what to do. You can't make me feel bad. I don't give a merry motherfuck.
So, Karlissa, that's what I was referring to about the helmet and the kickstand. We all heard it. We all saw it. Nobody was spinning a narrative on you. Nobody was trying to make up a story on you. See, I don't think you realize, because you say so much, you get online and you vent, you don't realize everything or remember everything, I should say.
Can I ask a question, Henny? Was that before or after the restaurant?
That was after the restaurant.
Do we not have any of the clips of her doing them rants and talking about the baby before the restaurant? Because
Oh, I'm sorry. That's before the restaurant. I'm sorry. That one was before the restaurant. The helmet and the kickstand I just played, that was before the restaurant happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like she said, thank you for playing the whole thing. I mean, Karlissa, at the end of the day, I'm going to play it. But I wish you were up here because you were saying you didn't say that, but you did say that. And I'm asking, why would you say that? Like, that's the thing that gets people to jump on you the most, is the fact that you say these things online, and that's a baby. And there's a lot of it. There's years of this going back.
Yeah.
Of it being said. So it's like,
tub.
I don't know where the hot tub is. If you want me to play the hot tub, you got to send me the hot tub, Dre. Because at the end of the day, right now, I'm holding on. I'm holding.
Yeah, this is my thing. Like Henny said, we know that she's a mother and she does have feelings. Nobody's taking that out of consideration, Carly. So we know that you have feelings. Those are your kids. But like you said, you had C-sections. I had them too. But at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for the things that you say. You can't speak those things out of her.
Karlissa, you said that I spun, or that we spun, the helmet. Come on now. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Like, at the end of the day, I wish that you would have stayed up here, because then you, like, at the end of the day, this is what people are mad about. This is what got people coming for you the way they come for you.
I sat in that dead still, not damn near like the right.
What? I didn't talk about his other kids. Nobody said, oh, you must be responding to somebody in the comments, because you haven't talked about the other children. And that's the other thing. You say that you'll drag everybody, but you talk about the baby all the time. And that's the thing. You have, let me say this before we get off. You've said that you understand Krishan 2 times over. Doing these things is never going to fix what's going on and the division that is there. So at the end of the day, let me say this to you while you are in here. I have been, and all of y'all in this comment section, if you know, because y'all know that have been here, my thing has always been unity for these kids. There's 3 children that are Jonathans.
Yes.
You call him Jonathan, I'm going to call him Jonathan. There's 3 children that are siblings, that are growing each day, that do not know one another, that do not have a bond, that do not know one another at all.
Yep.
Grandma's house is supposed to be Switzerland. It ain't supposed to be no bullshit going on. Everybody leave their fuckery at the door, because right now, when it come to grandma time, it's supposed to be grandma time.
Yep.
Hold
So,
on. She said if you let me down, she'll come up. But let me say this before I get down, cause I ain't.
She said,
Bitch,
before
this
I
my
get down.
internet now. You don't get to come up here if I don't get the fuck down, bitch. I run this shit, not you, hoe.
You know
Now
what?
you
That
don't
day,
when I get pull up,
bald head
pull up
is
on me.
bald head something.
I
Lord
ain't calling you
have
bald head
mercy.
because you called yourself bald head, bitch. Don't play with me. I'm bald by choice, not by force. My shit don't fall out when I'm mad. I'm just saying.
Okay, but
And that was
Karlissa,
no
you
shade
said
to
some
anybody else
things
who's
too.
going
Come
through it.
on
Just
now.
to her.
Like you keep holding on to her saying kicking you in the head and all of that stuff, but you said some things too that have been provoking. Now, after that whole situation when you went to the house and you held the baby and you had that grandma moment, all of us, and I know, don't y'all get in this comment section and lie. All of us was like, oh, but we was also side-eyeing, like, what's about to come after this? And
Mhm.
sure enough, something came after it, and then boom. You can say and do what you want to do, but you cannot control how somebody is going to respond to you ever. I think it's a lot of BS that needs to be resolved. I don't know.
Yes,
You got to
yes.
let things go. You got to learn to
And
let
then
things
she thinks
go.
that I'm making a game out of it. So let me address that. I was cool right up until you started lying. I was cool. I didn't, even when you was saying all the little stuff, I wanted to ask you straight up, do you think that that's you reap what you sow type situation? Do you think that that's what you put out there is what come back on you? Is that I wanted to say that, but because you were having an emotional moment, I didn't say that. I didn't attack you until you started lying. When you started lying, I was over it because I knew that you was finna change the dynamics of this whole platform, this whole meeting, this whole everything. If you would have got up here and you would have stayed raw and uncut and real and factual, I wouldn't have turned it into a joke. But the moment that you started lying, you turned it into a joke. So goddamn it, we in the circus, let's laugh.
Well, I dropped the link. She said Callie was in here too. I dropped the link for either one of y'all to come up.
And here's my thing. I said at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I wish that the whole entire family can sort everything out and be a family. The kids, everybody, all of you, be a family. If there was a show with the entire family, man, listen, I'm gonna pay my money
People
because
got to be real.
y'all family is hilarious. The sisters can read down all of y'all. The kids, I'm subscribing.
It'll never happen.
But if it did,
If was a fifth, we'll all be drunk.
if it did,
No, let me stop playing. I'm being serious when I say this. It'll never happen. I'm not gonna make jokes about it.
I
Carletta
pray
must
that
have
they
got a
could
phone
get
call.
together. I pray that the kids can meet each other. I pray that there would be unity. I pray that there would be peace. But it starts with you, Karlissa, your big mama. I've said that multiple times on my lives. Your big mama.
As
You
have
have
I.
a responsibility. She's supposed to be. She's supposed to be big mama and bring them kids together. But it starts also with grandma. Grandma is big mama, but it first starts with you being respectful to your mother. It starts there. You being respectful and giving to your mother and breaking the strongholds there. When the strongholds are broken with your mother, then it'll be broken on you. And therefore, you can do the necessary work with your children and leading down to your grandchildren. But you get on this internet, you get mad and you pop it, you tell their secrets, you go against them. You are bringing the division in your family. You say you want peace, but it's not giving that.
And the
And
thing
then I
about
read a
it is,
comment where she tried to flip it and say, "See, she not here for the kids." No, I'm not here for you.
and
Any one of
see,
my nieces and nephews, my number is still the same. They can call me. I'm not here for you. I'm not ever going to be here for you because you do too much and I don't have the patience for that. And
I guess somebody calling her phone. At the end of the day, here's the thing. Like the division thing has to stop. It's beginning and ending with you. You got to stop picking a side to please people. The only people that should be a concern should be Javon, Journey, Krishan Jesus, Carter, Junie, and Avery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do
That
it for the
those
kids.
that's
Do it for
who
the
should
kids.
matter right now. It shouldn't matter about which parent is happy and which parent to please. And if anybody is boxing you into that corner, then Karlissa, you said you would go get your grandparent rights. Well, she's down now. Are you gonna come up?
She said, I'll go live and try right now because you are right. My mother has a problem with the truth. That, Karlissa, that's what you cannot say. Don't say my mother has a problem with the truth. Just say, I'll go live and try right now so we can fix it. Don't, the second sentence you didn't need to do.
The thing is, it's got to take a part of healthy accountability. Okay, Karlissa, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that. She said, okay, when y'all want to talk, let me know. I
Let's
will let
talk.
you know. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. Them kids are number one. All of
Yes.
them. They are number one, numero uno. It don't matter if it don't matter none of this other stuff that's going on. Right now, that should be the focus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Carlissa, you said you were on both sides in the restaurant. Okay. How can you get past that part? How can you get past that part and
Part of
do the part as the big mama? Do the work and become the big mama.
You know what it is? You got to let go of the past. Because
Yes.
see, sometimes we hold on to things so tight, they become a part of who we are.
Right.
We don't know how to live without that thing being a part of us. So part of healing is a healthy accountability.
Yes.
Part of healing is learning to let go. If you let go, first of all, if you let go of all of the things that you've been holding on to, and I'm not just talking about, situations that happened with Krishan, with your children, or any of that. I'm talking about all the situations that you keep bottled up inside of you. If you learn to just clean one room of your house at a time instead of carrying everything from one room into the next room into the next room until your house is full, if you learn to just sit down and clean one portion of the house and move on to the next, I guarantee you will start seeing different results.
Callie wants to come up there saying drop the link.
I dropped the link. Well, you know what? I wouldn't say, Rain, that we wasting our
I
good knowledge
just said that.
because somebody is hearing it.
That's right. And I choose to believe that we're not just wasting our time. I choose to believe that anything is possible. Faith without works is dead. So I choose to believe that anything is possible. If I can pray for pray for them, this family twice a week, I believe that anything is possible.
So I've dropped it, y'all. It don't look like what'd you say, Dre? Please explain to her you don't talk about your flesh and blood, especially the baby. I mean, come on, Carlissa's older than me. She know better. This ain't about me trying to chastise her or any of that stuff. It's just the simple fact that Karlissa,
Mm-hmm.
you know better, so you supposed to do better. If
Do
you've been
better.
down the roads that these young girls coming up, you've been down the road that these young girls have been down, you should be able to understand the
Mm-hmm.
spaces and places that they're operating from or what it is that they're dealing with. But see, the thing is, unless you've healed from it, you can't deal with it.
But and hurt people hurt people.
And
No,
Hurt.
Trees.
hurt, unhealed people hurt people. We got to stop saying
Yeah,
that because all of us are hurt. All of us have been through some type of hurt,
but
trauma,
that's a
and
good
pain
thing.
in our lives. But when you sit down and take the time to actually heal yourself,
Heal. You're right. That's a good one.
then
Hmm.
you are able to move on. So hurt, unhealed people, because I'm
Heal.
a hurt
Yeah.
person. I'm a person that's been raped, molested. I've been
Yeah.
DV'd. I've been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not even half a century old.
And Trees, earlier, what did I tell you? At our age, what should we be doing?
Teaching the younger ones.
Because at the end of the day, we have already been through half of the stuff that they going through. I'm 50.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through a lot of the things that people have
Mm-hmm.
been through. And if I get out here and allow the things that negatively impacted my life to affect how I communicate with people and how I'll never be able to reach nobody.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to reach nobody. And my goal is if each one teach one. If I could save one person, I would rather do that than to get on here and act. Now, don't get me wrong. I get on here and I give Karlissa what she try to give to my mama and what she try to give to me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And she want to bring my kids in. I give her back. But at the end of the day, when I'm off this internet, it's so many other people's lives that I touch and change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
And
like,
I'll honestly say this, and you said this before, is like we could be saying certain things about Karlissa, and regardless of how you feel about her, you still, if it's a lie or it's untruth, you still speak up on her behalf. You'll say no, that's not true. Now, my sister may get on my nerves, but that's not true.
and then I just call her a bitch at the
You
end.
still speak up on her behalf, so you still
Yeah, because that's the thing.
you
Like,
still cover her
even though she got some fucked up
regardless.
ways and she do some fucked
But
up
you
shit,
call
I'm not
her,
gonna let
you
somebody
do
just
call
lie
her
on
out.
her. I'm not gonna just let nobody lie on her, but I'm not gonna let
But
her
Karlissa
sit
has
up
to be
here and
willing
just
to want to receive.
correct. Really, for real, receive. Not pretend that she received it.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, that's where the mark is being missed.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say she bold. It took a lot of courage to get up here with knowing and say anything, knowing that most majority of these people in these comments don't like her. Took a
Mm-hmm.
lot of courage. She's a bold mamma jamma. That shows that she really don't give a fuck what nobody say about her. So
Mm-hmm.
what did y'all learn today? Y'all are wasting y'all time talking about her
We
or
learned
talking
that
about what she
anything
got.
is possible. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
learned. Anything is possible.
Y'all learned that she two fucks in a bucket.
I'm still trying to figure out what she was talking about. The Letrice and the Blueface and what was she talking about?
Yeah, because I was confused. I'm like, Treese, wait a minute. No,
Right.
wait, what are we talking about here?
I said, what? Me and who? I was confused.
Mm-mm.
I never even been to Cali.
Well, I don't know, but hey, it's been an eventful day.
Oh, she had to be talking about Selena then, because Selena was the only one that was with me. So, Treese, she thought the back and forth on the internet the last couple of days was between me and Selena and not between me and you.
Oh. But she said Latrice.
She did.
She thought Selena's name was Letrice.
Really?
She said, let me eat my king of free promotion right here. Let me eat my king of crabs. I just Ubered eat. So King of Crabs is now available on Uber Eats, guys. Ting.
And DoorDash. And DoorDash.
And DoorDash. Ting.
Yes. Well, we tried with Karlissa. We tried to get answers. We could say that. We had a grown-up conversation.
We tried to
We
have a grown
tried.
up conversation. I already knew there was going to be some pushback and some kickback. And it is what it is. Now, she done said, when y'all ready to talk, let me know. And then she said, I'll never get up there with a person who I don't know. At the end of the day, everybody
Wait,
needs
she never
therapy.
get up here with a person to finish the sentence. A
I
person
don't
who what?
remember what she said. I
Was
I
it
cut it
me? Cause
off
my
after
phone
she
had
said that.
died. My
Hold
phone had
on.
died. Was it
Oh,
me?
there it
She was
goes.
talking
She said,
about.
I will never go on here with people who here to joke about what we all been through for years. So I don't know. I guess she
Oh,
talking about y'all down there in
that
the
was
comment
me.
section. I
That
don't
was
know. Or
me.
you, she talking about you.
No,
Okay.
no, no. Let me
She's
duck.
talking about you.
Let me duck. That jab was for me. I wasn't here to
She said,
catch it
let me
though.
duck. All
That
right,
jab was
y'all,
for me.
listen. I was supposed to go live on reviews, but after all of this, I done burnt up. Look, all my little, I got to go sit in some grass and elevate my ass because whoo-wee, this has been a day. All right. But I thank both of y'all for coming up here and actually showing us what it was to have a healthy dialogue and communication and how to resolve things and move past things. I'm even going to say thank you to Karlissa for hitting the link and coming up here. Okay. Thank you for coming up here, having a conversation with us. Shout out to the chat because the chat, y'all never disappoint. Y'all, I love
Boy,
y'all, man.
I
If
had
you
to
new
mute
here,
my
like
phone a
that,
couple times.
hit that like button. If you new here, subscribe because this kind of conversation is the kind of conversation we continue to have. If you want to hear about court docs and all that other stuff, you know, gangster-ish, come on over to Henny State Reviews on YouTube. I gotta kind of make the page match because when you go to Instagram, it's about this. But when you go to YouTube, it's that. And the same thing for here. You come over here, it's this, but it's anyway, we'll figure it out. I'm in the midst of rebranding. Thank you, Lord, for this. I'm blessed to have y'all have come up here and be the lesson and the example. So salute and shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat because yeah, this was another long one. I love y'all. Y'all have anything that y'all would like to say before we end this live?
No, I don't. I'm tired. Shoot.
I'm hungry and I'm tired.
I got one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Yesterday is gone.
Yes,
You can't get it back.
that's
That's
right.
right.
Today is still here. Work like it's your last day, but look forward to tomorrow.
Amen. Amen.
And try to love your people around you because at the end of the day, tomorrow is not promised. And it's somebody that was not fortunate enough to wake up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all got to remember that life is too short to be invested in people's lives the way we be, even though it's comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Today was reality TV. It was funny to me. It was real and then it turned funny.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what life is about. If you can't find a reason to laugh at crazy shit, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
If
Yep.
you ain't healed, call somebody. 211. 211 on any phone in any state is going to give you the help to domestic violence hotlines. They got the number for you. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to give you the help for a food pantry if you need that. They're going to give you help to psychological or psychiatric or counseling if you need that. 211 is the easiest number. It's just like 911. Help. 211. Use it. Utilize it.
That part. All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for this conversation. This has been one heck of a conversation. I want to thank y'all for being here from beginning to end or whenever you joined. Thank you so much. You are always appreciated because there is no me without you. Love is always love, y'all. And remember to vibe high so the bullshit don't stick. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Because I don't want